Bobbity and boop. Alrighty, we are live. Welcome to session 55 of the OG campaign here at Roll for Severity. I am Ominous Giggle, the DM for this campaign, joined by the four lovely schmucks you see before you. We've got Mel, Not Nathan, Jamie, and Jeanette. And wow, my brain is firing on about half a cylinder.
I feel ya.
Give me a moment. Brain. Okay. It's been a week. If you're looking to watch or rewatch past episodes, subscribe to have access to the VODs immediately after the air. Anyone who's not a subscriber, usually the episode will show up on YouTube about a week-ish after the session. Usually. You can find us on YouTube by searching Roll for Severity, or there's a link somewhere down below the stream. Before we get things underway, a couple quick things to go over. One, each month we donate a portion of income generated by Roll for Severity to charity. This includes from direct donations, bits, subscriptions, and sales from our store. This month's charity is the Jed Foundation, a non-profit group that exists to support mental health, suicide prevention of young teens and adults. And for more information on the Jed Foundation, you can check their website at jedfoundation.org or on Twitter at jedfoundation. We do also have a store up on Twitter, or not on Twitter, on tpublic.com/user/rollforseverity, or once again, link somewhere down below the stream. Aaron has a hate on for Twitter right now because Twitter is picking up all the videos I've been trying to upload and turning them into a potato quality, and it's like, God damn it. Anyway, so without further ado to my players, what happened last time?
Met our roommate.
Yeah, we met our roommate, who we didn't realize was our roommate.
We all got magical items that we don't know what they do specifically yet.
From said roommate.
Yeah, from said roommate.
Hey, Kay was a genius. Okay.
Yeah,
He made
Kay was pretty
trades.
good on that one.
There was friendshipping involved. I failed at making a friendship bracelet, so the eyeball friend helped. Like, great. It was quality. Through talking with animals, I gained some skills, and horrify everyone else, but not myself. Because whenever I walk, my arms break, and then they flow behind me. My arms and my legs break, flowing behind me. Like, I'm now just a wonder of the city. Everybody just tells stories of that one guy. Just like
the random squid person moving through the city.
Well, yeah, it's like if you've ever seen the guy in Edmonton playing the ukulele on roller skates on White Ave. It's a thing you see, and you tell people about it, and everybody's like, yeah, I've seen that guy. And
Shirtless rollerblading guy.
Yep. 100%. We don't know who he is or what's up with his life, but every summer...
Go ahead.
Every summer you see him, and you're like, huh, that's a thing. That's really what the town's doing with Kay at this point. It's been a couple of weeks, rumors. Fun.
I just want to file a high priority bug. That Kay's walk cycle is broken, and please fix it. It's nightmare fuel.
But I just sit here.
Works as designed.
Like, yes. No.
See what I see is this seems fine. This must be a replication problem.
Yeah, cannot reproduce.
I can't reproduce locally. It's not a me problem.
It's a timing issue.
Yep. It's clearly just a race condition. Race condition, some of the best bugs that there are. Because, like, I can make it happen. It's like, I can't. It's like, then get good.
Then get good.
Anything else aside from... Yeah, so the party had met the spectator in the basement. Some people with mice in the basement. The party had the spectator named Zix. He is absolutely, completely functional.
In every way.
And vaguely insane. And we might at some point need to do something about that. Right now, who knows?
Did a bit of research into who owned the tavern as we have it before the Death Adder. So there was a trip to the library to see the previous owners, most of whom are deceased, I guess? Question mark? I don't know.
Yeah, everyone.
I see it.
Yeah, there was Oleg Ivinson, who had no obituary, and he was the oldest owner listed. Kale Olegson, which is assumed to be his son, based off of how names function. And he had 2 obituaries.
And then Lorik.
And then there was Lorik, who had died 6 years prior to when you guys went. And then the Death Adders, who are currently in prison.
That's an idea. We'll wait till we're full in it.
So we researched that, and then when we didn't really come up with all that much, we decided to take a trip to the college, I believe.
Yeah, the party was heading to the college at the end of the last session.
Because, I mean, we had to for logistical purposes. But we were summoned, but also we can hopefully ask them questions about notable mages that may or may not have lived in our basement at one point or another.
It might be also maybe considering that the Death Adders are in prison, maybe one of them knows something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, the Death Adders were the ones who built the wall.
Yeah.
But at least from your conversation with Zix, I believe he had mentioned that he had been there prior to them.
Yeah, but at least they probably, if they built the wall, then they probably know something.
We're assuming they knew he existed.
Yeah. So if they
probably built the wall because he existed.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably what happened.
It's like we have a spectator in the basement. Okay, he's building really fun. Let's just build a wall and then
just build a wall and
leave him.
We'll never talk about this ever again.
Maybe it'll go away on its own.
Yeah, maybe if I don't look at it, maybe it will go away.
Yep, that's all I got.
Alrighty. So after returning to Amonodel, the party had started to get settled back into their home. Over the course of the month, the party kept themselves occupied through things such as Annah procuring bees from Yesher, Kay causing confusion through wild surges, Theo determining how the Grand Library's teleport destinations is determined, and Sylvania turning Dog into a pseudo-sentient bag of holding. The party had met their new roommate, bringing the current number of residents of the former Death Adder establishment to 7. Annah, Kay, Theo, Sylvania, Dog, Cran, and now Zix. Zix being the spectator living in the basement, behind the wall, guarding a magical bracelet, as well as hoarding many other bracelets. And Kay also opted to blow Zix's mind at the fact that you can make bracelets. Kay had procured materials and along with Theo made friendship bracelets with Zix, and had traded some bracelets to procure each party member a bracelet of currently unknown powers. As the party had headed out to meet up over at the library, or not the library, at Amadel's College of the Arcane, it's at this point probably late afternoon as the party is arriving. There's the bustle of students of varying ages and varying species wandering about. And how are you intending to look for Vogress, who is the Silver Scale Dragonborn?
Yeah, I'm assuming we already know where her office is because we were here once before.
So you're just heading on in?
That would be... that is what Kay will do.
Okay.
For me.
So the party is... You're muted, Jamie.
Why did I mute myself?
I don't know.
I was just saying, we could just very well just go to the central office and see if, and then Kay walks by and just, okay, never mind. We're going in, apparently. Just don't make direct eye contact with college students. Sometimes, some of them have good intentions, some of them have poor intentions.
And now Kay is making direct eye contact with every single person he passes in the hallway along the way. He is actively going out of his way to go, you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and
While
you.
his body
and you.
squids behind
Yeah,
him.
while Kay is actively attempting to make direct eye contact with all these students, all the students are actively avoiding making direct eye contact with Kay because he is a squid man.
Such a fucking power move. Squid Man comes in, makes direct eye contact. Some people just stop and stare, open-mouthed.
Yep. But so you head through. You head to the office that you had been brought to when you were brought here before by Vogress. And you do see her perusing over a couple books as some of the students are still leaving the room that she has been teaching in. As you walk in, she kind of looks up and, "Oh, I was not expecting you today. But I take you got my letter."
Is this a bad time?
Not a bad time per se. It was just been nearly a month since I sent the letter. It's just like, are they ever going to show up?
Well, we were kind of up north dealing with a hag and some people in another dimension, and then, we came back and, well, trying to get settled in, and then, this happened, and I just gestured to Kay, who's
standing perfectly still, like, his arms crossed, just being like, what?
I push him so that he takes like a couple steps so that his arms start flailing and he comes back to normal.
And Volga just like looks.
We're still figuring this out.
Okay, that's a thing.
Funnily enough,
anyways.
that's not why we're here.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? We're not at the College of the Arcane to fix this. Does anyone else think that's weird? This is just normal now.
It's only
Oh
been like
god.
2 weeks.
Oh no. Oh,
Kay
this
is
is
like-
normal now.
Kay is actively turning to you guys and go, I don't know why I'm such a spectacle. Everyone keeps looking at me. They keep complaining. I don't see anything wrong. So, I think something's in the water.
Yeah, something's definitely in the water, Kate.
Yes, that's the answer.
Well, it's clearly not a me problem if I'm not experiencing it.
But the Vogress stands up, and you once again realize that Vogress is quite tall. Once again, the silver-scaled dragonborn. Her posture, as when you'd first met her, is still very proud, very regal. The long silver hair like tendrils draped back and tied in a ponytail. And she walks past you and out the door. It's like, come this way. And she leads you down to essentially a large large locked metal door. And you see her mark a few runes on the door as it then opens. And she brings you in, and you can see quite a number of various artifacts that are under varying methods of being locked up, essentially. And at the far end of the room, you see on a pedestal what do we call it? Is it dodecahedron? It's D20.
Sounds about right.
Icosahedron, that's what it is. The icosahedron that is sitting on like a pedestal at the end, and that was the one that was what she had used to seal the orb in the first place. And so she walks up to it and takes it off the pedestal and sets it on the table and pulls out a couple of letters. And so we had received word from the elves in Shilmista. They do wish to purify the orb, and they've said that they have records of how. But they are not in a position to send people to retrieve the orb at this moment. So they request it to be brought to them. And on account of the orb is technically yours at the moment, or at least under your possession, I feel that it is more worthwhile to send you with it.
Did they specify why they can't bring anyone at the moment?
Drama.
They did not.
There's always drama.
Drama. Those damn
Yeah,
elves. No
the-
offense to you.
You're not
DM,
wrong. Yes.
It's fine. DM, I just want to confirm the Shilmista, traditionally, the Shilmista elves are pretty uppity, are they not? They're pretty pompous?
A lot of pompous, and there's constant conflict
Yeah.
between the high elves there and the wood elves there.
Okay, yeah, so it's like, so...
Politics.
Yeah, because the entire forest of Shilmist is deemed as the birthplace of the elves.
Okay.
And so you have a lot of very strong, we were the first ones between the high elves and the wood elves, and a lot of conflict that brews between them.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's none taken. I'm not from Shilmista myself, but I hear it's not a very, or I hear it's a very, what's the word I'm looking for? There's lots of groups that disagree with each other.
Elves tend to be
Conflict.
good with magic. They might know something about my blueprint. I'm willing to go there.
I mean, I hear that Shilmista is very, well, they know about the orb and they have enough information, so yes, I think that's a good idea. So, they might have stuff for you there as well.
In
Yeah,
case
well, everywhere has somewhere for me if I go and bug enough people.
And Kay, for the record, is taking ownership of the orb because it's his. Why? Because he touched it first.
Okay, if you
I
lose
mean,
the other arm,
I was
did
going to
put
say-
in it.
You have the metal arm. None of us are touching that thing while you have
Well-
the metal arm.
I mean, there's also that convenient sidestep of now I have a hand. The question Kay will have for our lovely friend there is, can we take the magical object she shields it with? Or
I'd
are we
highly
taking
encourage you
more of
to
it?
take it with that.
Perfect.
Can we put a bunch of other locks and chains around it?
Well, I don't think we need more than really just that.
I mean, just in case. You never know.
Can we go purchase a lead-lined box, put it in the lead-lined box, and carry that on?
And then put that box in a bigger box, and then that box in a bigger box, and the meal myself, and then smash it with a hammer!
With a hammer! Yeah.
Now, I'd be perfectly happy with a single box as long as it's lead-lined.
Kay is literally just gonna take it, put it in his bag, and be like, "Okay, sounds like a plan."
Okay, can that go in a lead-lined box, Kay?
Kay's response is, "No, it's mine."
Can I put Kay in a lead-lined box, Theo?
I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I'm okay with that idea.
I actually hold on. To that statement, Kay's gonna do a thing
Of course you are.
because
You're just putting K into a casket. It's fine.
Actually,
A
hold on.
lead-lined casket.
I'm pretty
While
sure.
Kay is reacting, or who it would be our content in Shilmista.
Cool. So, anyways, I'm reacting. I want to use etherealness, and just to fuck off into the ethereal plane for a little bit, and just leave, just poof and leave. Really, just walk out the door into the hallway and then poof back. But so just no one sees me, and I'm just like, fuck it, I'm out, and just poof away and poof back.
Okay.
And yes, I will roll for
Do
magic.
we really not see him poof out of existence when we're having a conversation with him?
Oh, you all see him poof out, but you just see him gone.
Oh,
I
okay.
kind
you
of
guys-
picture it like when Dobby disappears in in the
Okay,
Chamber of
got-
Secrets where it snaps and he just fades away and just sparkles.
I thought you were trying to be stealthy.
Oh god, no. I actively go, like, Kay is perturbed at the idea of putting him in a lead-lined box. So he's like, bitch, look what I can do. And he's just gonna fade into sparkles and then be gone. And unlike Kay turning into a puff of smoke, where you guys see the smoke, I just fade off into a different plane of existence for a little bit.
See, although the funny thing is,
might
like,
also need to purchase a seal of dead magic and put it inside the lead line box.
I rolled an 8.
okay. See, we also just need to have like whenever like Kay like vanishes like this, my mind just goes to Goku from DBZ Warriors, where it's like,
Yeah.
just the audible pop too. Just
What? Why?
you can't tell me what to do. You're not my real mom.
100%.
If Kay wild surged there and got stuck in the ethereal plane, it could only use the spell to pop back. Just okay, bye, Kay. I think the thing's dealt with.
So, real quick question, Vocus. Who would be our contact in Shilmista?
You'll be needing to talk to Irothane.
Irathane.
Actually, just correction. I'm just gonna be wandering around the school, but in the ethereal plane version of it.
How
So
long?
I can-
How long is it
8
that you're?
hours.
Okay, 8 hours in the ethereal plane. Okay.
Yeah, either it ends and I pop back into existence, or I can choose to end the spell and I just return to wherever it was I was.
Okay.
The notes of it are I can walk through certain types of objects, but like we can review that later.
Yeah.
Kay's not causing chaos here. He's just kind of here.
Yeah. Yeah, Kay's just wandering around the school and seeing what there is.
Do you know where we can find Irathane?
You'd find Irothane in Nodalive,
No leave.
which is the large city here.
Yeah, as Theioryn pops out his I guess, do we have a map of the world? I really need a map of the world.
I don't think the party has procured a map of the world. Or of Kyotera.
I think I need a map of the world.
Procure one.
Any particular place in the capital?
Well, not capital, but largest
Largest city?
largest open to outsiders city. Because the other thing that is worth being wary of in Shilmesta is a lot of them are not too keen on outsiders.
Oh, I'm very much aware. I'm going to be perfectly candid in saying I'm not looking forward to going to Shilmesta, even though I am an elf. I'm from South. I'm from the South.
From the south.
we do things a little differently in the South.
Meanwhile, Sylvania's just like, oh yeah, we're gonna go. I'm gonna go bug all the people. It's going to be great.
Like I'm just picturing
Excited.
like Theo pulling out the southernmost accent when he said that. Just like I'm from the south.
I'm from
Like-
the South. I am from the South.
I'm from the south here, and we do things a little bit different when we're down
we
here.
do things a little differently down south.
Yeah,
You know?
just casually like pulls out that out of nowhere. We've never heard this before in our lives, but suddenly it's like a person who's Irish but has learned to speak with like a North American accent just blends right into it immediately, and you're like, the fuck?
Yeah, so
Seriously, we do things differently in Ithindrul.
so Kay has the orb. And actually, Kay, what does it specify as things you can't walk through?
You can only affect or be affected by other creatures in the plane, on the ethereal plane. Ignore all objects and effects that aren't on the ethereal plane, allowing you to move through objects you perceive on the plane you originated from.
Okay.
So I can fuck through walls.
Yeah, the reason I wanted to specify is because if it specified anything like you cannot pass through lead barriers, then you'd be stuck in this room.
Wouldn't that be exciting? But yes, it doesn't. The only thing it says is only things of note are if I return to the plane, if I'm inside an object, I get shunted to the nearest available spot outside
And take
of
damage?
the object. It doesn't actually say that. It you occupy the same spot as solid object. When this happens, you are immediately shunted to the nearest Oh wait, and take force damage equal to or twice the number of feet you were moved.
Okay. Yeah, so if you're 30 feet into a mountain and then suddenly come back, you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, but chances are Kay's not gonna literally just be like, I'm gonna walk into this mountain.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so the Kay has been given the orb. Like, so what is wrong with Kay?
I mean, he went to the market one day, he came home, and he was waving his limbs around. Actually, before that, no, that was after. That was before that, or after that, he created doubles of himself, and there were like 20. There were like 20 of them. Let me tell you,
I did not create doubles. Everyone just looked and sounded like me for an hour.
That was an interesting conversation with the captain of the guard. So we just, you know, Kay does what Kay does. As long as he's not malicious, and he's not really malicious, as you know.
Only towards family.
Yes, he's just, yes, he mostly just directs his ire towards us, which I think is perfectly acceptable. Because I'm not 100% certain he'll stab us in our sleep, but, he deep down, he is a good boy. He just, trouble finds him, and right now he's a waving flag boy. With a metal arm. And he doesn't believe us. Which I think he's full of shit about, I'll be perfectly honest. I think he just likes it.
Y'all are pulling the... He's gaslighting us.
It's a total gay move!
It is.
It's the one time, Kay, would Kay do this? Probably.
Probably.
No.
If you told Kay, okay, Kay is Groot... And we are all Rocket telling him which button to not push, and Kay keeps pointing to the button he's not supposed to push. I am Groot. No!
Okay, you hit the button. What are you gonna do? No!
No! Yeah. So, anyway. All right, excellent.
DM, you said there were other magical items in this room?
Yes.
I am going over and analyzing the closest one while Theo was having this conversation. Just they're talking about Kay now, and Kay's not here. Woo! Shine.
The object that you're looking at is... The object that you're currently looking at is a sickle. And are you looking at these? It is currently encased in a glass box. Looking at the glass that is encasing around it, you can see waves of magical energy pulsing around within the glass. And roll me a perception check.
Perception. 15.
You can very faintly hear screaming coming from the site, or from the sickle.
From the sickle.
From the sickle, yes.
Ooh.
But like not like ah, but like it's like the wailing of death.
Huh.
Fascinating. 1 second. Do I have... I don't appear... Oh, I do have... Oh, wait, but I need to touch it. Okay, I don't have anything to do with that at the moment.
Okay. Is there anything else the party is wanting to do at the college?
Yeah, I want to ask Vagris, like, is there a records place of past professors or students here? I just have a couple names to run by that might be of importance to us that maybe attended here. Maybe we're magically inclined.
You could check with at the head office, see if they've got anything. They would have records of prior students and professors, but due to confidentiality, there may be some restrictions on information you can obtain.
Of course. I'm just wondering if they ever attended or taught here.
Fair.
I'm going to head to the head off. Which way is it? Do I know?
Down the hall, take your first right. Keep going down to the very end of the hall. Take your next 2 lefts, and you should be at the main office.
I've forgotten all of that. Anna's going to go into a squirrel mode. Just bring down the squirrel and try and hoof it around to school.
Okay, roll me a survival check.
Yeah.
My nose is so itchy.
Oh, it's painfully average with a 10.
You go running around for quite a while, and you're just like, where in the hell is it? And then eventually you find yourself back at the door. It's like, ah! And you like go booking down. Like, Theo, were you and Sylvania heading towards the head office as well, or?
Sylvania is currently still staring at the scythe, currently has her notebook, and is trying to describe the screams coming from it in letters.
Fair.
I'll go with Anna.
Yeah. As Theo is starting to head out of the room, like Vagris is leaving as well and instructs you to leave.
Oh, people are going?
Yes.
Okay, bye.
You cannot stay in this room.
Okay, bye.
So you're heading out as well?
Yes.
Okay.
If I'm getting kicked out of the room, as long as someone told me to leave. If no one told me to leave, I'd probably be sketching these artifacts.
Yeah, Vagris explicitly cannot leave people in there unattended. So, Theo, as you and Sylvania are leaving and heading down towards the office, you see this frantic squirrel go booking past again, just like...
Where did the squirrel come from?
It's probably Anna.
Oh, okay.
You see Anna...
If you're a squirrel, please, I don't know, squeak 3 times? Okay, yes, that's Anna. Not some prank. That happens. Can happen sometimes.
It's like the pig prank. You unleash 3 pigs in the school, and then you paint 1, 2, and 4.
Yep. Yes. Exactly.
Theo, have you been paying any attention to the directions to the head office?
I'm trying to. Yes.
Roll me a survival check.
Okay, yeah, I'll roll survival. Why the heck?
And Anna, roll me another survival check on account of it. You know which way it isn't.
I know which way it isn't. Dang it, another 10.
Theo, you watch the squirrel go like booking down to the corner and then take that first left, and you're like, Anna, right.
Other way. Just,
You're on the right.
Come for a shoulder ride. Let's just come for a shoulder ride. You can chitter angrily at me and squirrel as we make our way there.
Theo shoulder.
Squeakity squeakum squeakers.
Squeakity.
I have a very irate squirrel on my doing those angry like war cry like.
Yeah, just.
crossovers today.
Uh, but as so you head down to the head office, and there's a younger gentleman sitting behind the counter, and it's like, yes. What do you need?
Dude, I didn't catch that, Anna. What did you need?
I will Anna scroll by after I hop off Theo's shoulder.
I wish I spoke beast.
Time to pick up speak with animals.
Yeah, time to pick up speak with animals. See if I can learn how to speak the druid language.
Hi, front desk person. We bought this place, and there's a spectator that
Yes.
someone summoned in our basement, and we're trying to figure out who did it. We know who the previous owners are, but we don't know which one it is. But we know that they have to be super magical, so we thought that they might have attended here or taught here or something. So we were wondering if either Oleg Iverson, Kale Oleg's son, or Lorik Ikero were students and or teachers or important people the school knows about.
I'm
The TLDR,
I'm
the
sorry.
TLDR
What?
is the TLDR is hi, hello. We have what is it?
Hi.
We have a specter in our basement, and we're trying to
You're not a
find
spectator,
the
spectator.
spectator. We have a spectator in our basement, and we're trying to find the original owner. And we're hoping that maybe we could have a list of previous students here at this college, possibly. We have a couple names, and we just need to nail down if those people studied magic here or somewhere else. It's
Shot in the dark, but you know.
it's collecting bracelets.
Oh, yes.
I
It's collecting, and I show my slap-on bracelet. It's going insane. It needs to be freed.
spectators do tend to do that if they've been around for a while.
Like this Hello Kitty pink slap bracelet.
Just hot pink.
And I refuse. That's hot pink, and I just refuse to touch.
What are the names that you need to look up? I can't just give you a record of all the students, but I
That's
can.
fine. The
Oleg
last name,
Iva's son,
yes,
Kale
Oleg's
Oleg's
son.
son, and Lorik Ikeril.
Yes.
Give me a few moments. And they go and they pull a large tome off a shelf and open it up. And you watch them start just like running their fingers down the page, and you're noting that like they're not actually turning the page, but the words on the page are changing.
Yeah.
As they're kind of like looking through, and
That is an amazing idea. I'm jotting this down.
they're browsing through for a few minutes, and it looks like Oleg had come to the school quite some time ago.
Which one?
Oleg.
Oleg Ivanson.
Oleg Ivanson.
The first one. The one that's possibly
read-
not dead.
Was he a student or a teacher?
He was a student.
Yes, all right.
Had died.
Real quickly, what was he a student of?
Primarily, he had been studying, and like, kind of like before, whereas it looked like they're going down list. Now it's like scrolling across. It's like, it looks like it was primarily arcane studies.
Did they complete their time here at the college? No misdemeanors?
They did not complete their course here.
Of course not.
It says that they abruptly stopped showing up to their classes.
Hmm.
And this is the one we didn't have an obituary for.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, we have a name.
He wasn't specializing in like illusion, was he?
Nothing of that sort is listed.
Okay.
Is there any I know this is probably a little too much to ask, but is there any, I don't know, misdemeanors? Did he ever, like, not return a library book? Or...
Aside from just the string of absences that led to his courses being dropped, nothing on record.
Oh. All right, then.
Is there anything else I can help with?
Well, I guess nobody here is old enough to remember this person, are they?
Well, I mean, we have many dwarves and elves, so it's possible.
Could I bother you to see if he had any one of the long-lived teachers?
And kind of like once again scrolling through some of the pages, like, you could speak to. It looks like the herbology teacher has already left the school. That's unfortunate.
Today?
No, he quit.
Oh.
Yes, I think the only teacher who would have I think he's still in the area, Danik Kosh. That's the only teacher that is still around at the moment. Well, former teacher.
Like, still resides in Amanodel.
Like, Danik?
Someone remembered the name.
Well, yeah, I actually have it wrote down saying Danik underlined a bunch of times because that sounds familiar. I didn't know Cock, though.
I mean, he's like the first quest I was on, if I
Yep.
recall
Farmer.
correctly.
That was session 2.
He's our farmer, right?
Well,
Yeah, he was the herbologist that lives outside of Amodadel.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah,
All
not
right, then.
farmer. He had the wolves. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's Huh. But Kay doesn't know this.
I mean,
Hey.
maybe we can go stop by.
Sylvania's confused that you know this person.
It's a very long story, Sil, but let's just condense it down to it's the adventure we met Kay on.
It's the adventure you dragged Kay on that got Kay cursed.
Yes.
He helped him with a wolf problem.
Yes, we did, and he was a marvelous person. So, but that is good to know. All right. Does anyone else have any questions?
Oh, none that they can help with. That's awesome.
Sil,
Hey,
any
Anna,
questions?
didn't you make a sketch of that bracelet?
Oh.
Oh, actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah, would I have it on me when I went to the library?
I don't know, would you have?
I mean, maybe, because our whole day was spent trying to figure out the conundrum that was Zix. Yeah, it seems relatively reasonable that I would keep it on me. I don't remember being like, I'm putting it away for safekeeping. But the question is, that's like asking the head office, being like, hey, have you ever studied this? And it's like, I don't know, I just work at this office in the school. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
So-
someone that might be able to help us identify it.
okay, we have a really special magic bracelet, and we're trying to learn about it, and maybe Danik can help, who knows, but do you know any professors that specialize in arcane thingamabobs?
We would cast Identify on this thing ourselves, except that, it's being guarded by an aberration, and
He'd kill us.
he'd kill us.
As spectators are likely to do. You could speak with.
But we also know what types of magic it's enchanted by, if that helps
That's
narrow
very
it down
true.
to who would be able to help us.
Is it evocation?
I caught necromancy,
Right.
conjuration, and I can't remember the rest of it. I didn't write the rest of them down.
Yeah,
I think I got.
abjuration, conjuration,
Yeah,
or things.
yeah.
You could speak to Kelnellis. He might know something about the runes.
Say that name again.
Kelnelis. Kelnelis.
Is he currently on campus?
Probably. And you'd have to go to room 372.
Right, let's
All
see
right,
if we
Anna,
can.
show the way to 372.
Is that upstairs? Downstairs?
Are we on? What floor are we on?
First.
Where? That's upstairs.
That's upstairs. Stairs are up? Which way?
Well, technically, stairs can go up or down. And then, like, points down the way, and you can see a set of stairs.
Thank you. I don't turn into a squirrel, but I run off going squeak, 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 squeak. Towards the stairs. Do I find the room, or is it really hard to find?
Knowing the room number, you just, like, you get up, like, okay, 354, 355, okay, and so you just kind of, like, hoof it along the hall, and you do find room 372.
Need some logic. Cool. Is there a class in session?
There is not.
Right.
You go in and you see a furbolg standing behind a desk and kind of looks up. Yes. Do you require anything?
Yes. Are you Kelnelis?
That is I.
Oh, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I have an interesting photo here with some magic-y runes that are kind of, well, we don't know if they're a danger to us in our house, and we can't remove them from our house. They're on a bracelet, you see, but we're just trying to get some insight as to what this bracelet is.
We also can't remove the bracelet because it's being guarded by a spectator.
That too.
Who's going crazy?
That sounds like a problem.
It's a very big problem.
He takes the page and lays it down. And then he moves your page to the side, grabs another sheet, and starts rewriting some of the runes. He's like, well, you see that this rune here, this is the start of a spell. You can see, he points out like the notation on like how the rune begins. Like, this is where you'd start. So you kind of started like halfway in the middle and wrapped around. So he's like basically teaching like how these runes would actually like start for writing them down. And it's like,
Theo is aptly listening.
You're right. I'm just like, yeah, the start of the bracelet. Sure.
Oh, yeah, that makes complete sense.
And so he writes out the chain of runes, and it's like, so this has a strange mixture of spells all intertwined. The bracelet itself is definitely, or the runes itself, if properly imbued with magic, could produce some very interesting feats. Summoning creatures, casting spells of various schools. The specifics I'm unsure of. I would have to actually analyze the object itself to determine more, but assuming the runes are indeed active, it is no mere trinket.
Give us a ballpark. How far on the end of I can open a magical portal into some crazy far plane and summon the undead are we? On a scale from 1 to 10.
Open a portal? Probably not. Summon undead? Possibly. Though you could potentially summon something as harmless as a flump, so the runes don't quite specify what is conjured.
I just lean down to Anna and Syl and I just go, I just remember getting knocked in the head when I cast detect magic on that thing. So I'm going to say that we're probably around a 7 into bad things with that bracelet. Just assumptions.
Well, here's hoping Danik knows something.
I mean, it would be a great thing if, we went to talk to Danik and he goes, "Oh, yes, Oleg. Oh, that man, he loved tea." Or some crazy bullshit. Instead of, "Oh, Danik, he sat in the back and he was broody and, he didn't participate in any school activities. But he always turned in his homework on time, and then but he had weird questions, like Tom Riddle asking Slughorn about Horcrux questions."
No, I was just like, except this one day he approached me and asked about a book in the restricted section. Oh God, I know how this ends.
He just walked up to me one day and went, "Professor, how do I live forever?"
How do I live forever? I'm like,
Strange piece of magic.
he had a
How
family.
do phylacteries work? Just like
Yeah,
curious.
phylacteries work.
Just for academic curiosity.
Yeah, it's just
It's the topic of
academic,
my
Professor.
thesis. But I was like, yeah, I'm not sure not exactly sure what all the bracelet is capable of, but it seems like it, once again, assuming the runes are even active, an artifact can be imbued with magic and have runes carved in it that have nothing to do with the artifact. The runes in and of themselves are essentially just carvings. It's not until magic is actually channeled through them that they can do anything. And like places the sheet of paper out in front of you, it's like on the paper they're just words, just runes. And then he pulls out another sheet of paper, draws a couple runes on there, like, so just runes. Then he places his hands on it, and then you can just see the runes light up and just like sparks come flying off the paper. It's like, but imbue with magic, and they are given power.
Can you do that again?
Places his hand back on the paper, and more sparks come flying out.
And the words don't have to be related, so you could write like water, 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 and it could cast a fireball.
Man. Dan.
Not per se. The runes, when charged with magic, will do something associated with the runes. But I could take a staff that casts fireball and carve the runes for water all over it, and still cast fireball with the wand. The runes at that point don't do anything.
Okay. Is there a way to tell if the runes are charged or if just the item itself is magical?
It would have to be used to determine that.
Oh.
Because it's dependent on, is the artifact itself imbued with the magic, or is the artifact a channel to move the magic through the runes?
Okay.
As with
so
the
no
object
easy
itself,
way to figure it out.
yes, with the object itself, it's hard to determine which it is, unless you're utilizing things like identify, which might give you more of an idea of what's actually going on.
Yeah, it still requires touching it, which will currently get us murdered.
Then probably best not to touch it.
Yeah, that's what we concluded. That's why we're asking you about it instead of just casting Identify on.
That's wise. Is there anything else I can help with?
I don't think so. Thank you so much for your time. I know you're probably very busy.
I'm
Not
pulling out the blueprint.
Yes, I forgot about the
Completely out of left field, unlikely, but can you tell me anything I don't know about this? And I state it specifically as that too. I don't tell him what I know.
Hmm. The runes are very old. Not my
They're
my
very
area of
old. They're from a
study.
different place known as Elbornth. I learned that.
Yeah, nothing that that I can read.
Okay. I roll it back up, shove it back in Dog's mouth.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No, I think you gave us a little bit of something to go on. We thank you very much for your time.
Glad I could help.
We might pop in, maybe. Expect us, don't expect us.
Well, I
We'll
have
maybe give you a call.
classes, but you're always welcome to stop by.
What class do you teach?
Runology.
Ooh. Does it cost money to attend?
Yes. You'd have
How
to
much?
apply for a course. I don't know what the current cost for courses is off the
Talk to
top
a
of my
head
head.
office lady that was really nice?
Probably.
Okay.
Is the party doing anything else?
College? I don't think so.
I think we should go see if we can. Well, here's the question: do we go home and wait for Kay to show back up, or do we? You know what? Dumb question. I pull up the message stone. Kay, I don't know what you're doing. If you're still in wherever it is you went with your lovely new trick, but we're going to leave now.
It's probably cut off by now.
Yeah, it's cut out.
Also, roll me a d20.
Okay. I have to use a d20 even when. Oh yeah, that's right. 19.
Okay, you do get the message.
I think there's a chance of failure if you're not on the same plane.
Yes. Yeah, 5% chance of failure if on different planes, but otherwise, if you're on the same plane, then it works.
Yeah.
So no, you were not rolling for a wild surge.
Yeah, okay. I kind of thought I was like, am I wild surging right now? Wait a minute.
You're muted, Kay.
Kay will respond, see you at home.
Okay.
Yes, it is at home.
And then in the meantime, Kay's going to arbitrarily wander through the walls and the places of the campus and to see if he can spot like anything like useful or maybe some secrets because he feels this building is really old and cool looking. So he wants to explore like he's an explorer and like a cool person from the history books that the humans or that the Fae folk would laugh about humans telling stories about back in the day. So he's gonna do that except with the campus grounds because he can walk through it in an ethereal state because apparently
Okay.
that's what he does now.
So as you're wandering around the campus, roll me a perception check.
You need the button in thing. All right, perception. Don't fail me now.
15. So as you're walking, like you can pass through walls, but you don't see what's on the side of the wall until you're passing through it.
Yeah.
And as you're going along, you go and you see walls and think, oh, I wonder what's beyond this wall. And you hit the wall, and I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, this is fun.
7. As you try and pass through this wall, you suddenly experience... What the fuck phone? Why do you have an alarm for now? So as you try and pass through the wall, you're suddenly hit with like an electric shock that just pulsates through your body and kicks you back 10 feet. You take
DiMaggio.
5 points of electric damage or lightning damage.
Kay makes a mental note of this room or this space for like later because he's like, huh. There's something that can hurt me over here? weird. Not gonna think anything of it besides the fact that there is a room here that he can't access from the ethereal plane.
Yeah.
He's gonna casually continue to explore.
Okay. You continue exploring. As you're going around, you do notice that it's like some of the things in some of the rooms they're hard to distinguish. Like when you were in the initial room, like the artifacts that were there seemed shrouded.
Yeah.
There are areas that you're looking in, like some of the classrooms also seem to be encased in this like almost shroud. And even when you pass into them, they seem empty. And it's odd because it's like just a void. Like you walk through the wall and then there's just nothingness except for the four walls.
Mm-hmm.
And then you pass through the next wall and everything's just back to normal. And there's a few classrooms you see like that.
Cool. So just for Kay's notes, he'll make note of the oddities, and then once, once time has passed and he knows that like it'll take, I don't know, however long the walk is back to the place, he'll be like, the spell's gonna end soonish. I should start heading home, and he's just gonna walk in a straight line, back to, his bedroom as best as he can navigate anyways.
Okay. So moving through the city, there's a few things you notice.
Okay.
The one is that the golems seem aware of your presence.
Cool.
And like this is most notable as you're walking along and then just one of the golems' heads turns to look at you, like straight at you, and then tracks as you're walking.
Creepy.
And aside from that, just a second, how does what was the spell that you used to get into it here?
Etherealness? That sounds about right. Yeah, etherealness.
Oh. Yeah, and aside from that, aside from the golems noticing you, there's also several large crystals that you can see embedded in the wall of the city. Specifically, above each gate that you pass that leads into the city, there is a large pulsing blue crystal.
Cool. Kay, as always, is making mental notes of this that he may or may not share with his friends because he doesn't know they're not as important. He just fucked off because they wanted to put him in a in a lead line box. He's not super thrilled about that.
Why not? Just think of it this way: if they put you in a box, it means you don't have to walk.
Yeah, I mean, and none of them are strong enough to carry me. So maybe dog.
Dog probably could. Just put wheels on the box and just drag you.
The wheels on Kay's box go round and round.
As Sylvania aims for every pothole they can find.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
And anyways, Kay is going to walk, his goal is to walk through everything into his room and just, like, pop back into existence and fall flat on his bed and go, like, to sleep. Because if I recall correctly, this was, like, we were headed there for end of the day, so it's just probably later evening.
Yeah.
Not obnoxiously late.
Yeah, it's not obnoxiously late, but it is fairly late. So as the rest of the party had headed back to the house, what are they doing?
Who had the bracelets? Did Kay have the bracelets?
Kay has probably the one for Annah, Sylvania, and himself. Theo would already have their own bracelet.
I have my own bracelet.
Yeah.
Is it the pink? Is it the pink Hello Kitty one?
No, you got an additional one.
Oh, I got an additional one.
I'll cast Identify on that. Ritual cast Identify on that for Theo.
Okay, so roll me a surge.
Wouldn't it be
No
funny if it was
surge.
the Hello Kitty bracelet that was actually the magical one?
Figuring out what the bracelets do is a good start.
So Theo, the bracelet that you have. Whoopsie, that is not the. Where's the page I need? I need this one. So the bracelet you have is called Whip Chain.
Whip chain.
It is a dark purple chain pulsing with arcane magic and allows you to
Oh.
cast the spell Mind Whip twice per day
Whoa!
at 3rd level.
What?
So you can. I will add Mind Whip to your inventory.
Fuck yeah! I'm gonna add Mind Whip.
Review campaign. Where is Theo?
I need to look at Mind Whip for a moment.
Inventory. Manage inventory.
Just Mind Whip, not Tosh's Mind Whip.
It's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
So I have added Whip Chain to your inventory. It's listed as ring, but it's a bracelet.
Yay!
And it has the information for the spell itself. At the level that it can cast it.
Oh!
Is there anything else that people are doing?
Well, if we're doing the bracelets, like Kay's home now, right?
Yeah, but the question is, did anyone notice? Because Kay literally went to his room and passed out.
I mean, we'd probably check to see if you were home once we got
Theo,
home.
no.
Would you though? Because I left after you, so you would have
Yeah.
checked.
Yeah, when you guys got home,
there.
Kay would have been arriving home probably a couple hours after the rest of the party had gotten back.
Yeah, I'd be periodically checking. I'd open that bedroom and go, nope, there's no surly teenager in here. And then I'd close it. And then an hour later, I'd open it again and go, still no surly teenager. And then I'd close it again. And then I would come in with food and be like, surly teenager, would you like some food? No, there's no teenager in here. And then I'd leave again.
Eventually, you do open the door and see Kay laying on, like, face first in the bed.
Just the whole getting the bracelets was Theo was with Kay at the time, right?
Yes, but Kay took the rest of the bracelets with him.
Yeah.
Right, but Theo knows that Kay has the bracelets, so it's
Yes.
not like
Yeah.
a big mystery. Theo would have
No.
been like, "Hey,
Oh.
there's bracelets for you guys."
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I also
Well,
did.
Kay also
phone
asked
you
the
to
spell
ask.
desk
Yeah,
which ones you wanted.
Yeah.
yeah. Kay had asked via the message stones of what spell you like, or what type of magic you wanted.
When Theo
So I
bursts
spent my-
into Kay's room, he's gonna begrudgingly just be like, and like use his magical arm to just like toss the bracelets at Theo.
Perfect. Thanks, Kay.
Thank you. Good night. As I leave.
And then Kay just literally just rolls over. He grumpy teenagering it for.
And then open the door back, open it, and go, please eat the supper that I left on your desk. Thank you.
Kay, did you throw your bracelet as well?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll bring those bracelets back into the main room and be like, here are the rest.
Cool. Are we able to identify, please?
Yeah, so roll me 3 more surges. 17, 18, and 10. So did not explode in any of them. Darn. So, Annah, the bracelet that you got is called the Band of Truth, and it allows you to cast the spell Zone of Truth. And I will add that one to your inventory as well.
Right. I'm vaguely familiar with Zone of Truth.
So that's been added to your bag. Yeah, it's golden bracelet and allows you to cast Zone of Truth at your location twice per day. Oh, I accidentally fucked up the description. It says once per day. It's supposed to be twice per day. There's 2 charges.
Per day. Perfect. Thank you.
And then for Kay's bracelet, Kay had asked for illusion. Kay got a bracelet called the Horseman's Call. And this allows Kay to cast the Phantom Steed spell.
You gave him a horse? Oh no!
Yeah, you're able to... A brass bracelet that enables you to cast Phantom Steed twice per day. And that has been added to your inventory, so if you refresh, that should be there. And Sylvania. You had asked for abjuration.
Yes.
And the item, or the bracelet that you got, is called the Band of Freedom.
Ooh. I do like freedom.
And that allows you to cast the spell Freedom of Movement. There's a single charge, and it replenishes at dawn.
Oh goodness, I get a horse. I get to travel on my own.
Stopped you before. Theo, what was yours?
A whip chain.
Chain.
Or I physically lash out at one creature I can see within range. Can make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage, and it can't take a reaction until its next turn. So that's pretty sweet.
And then you also get to choose whether, I believe it's with that one, that you get to choose whether it makes a action, movement, or bonus action on its next turn, and it only gets 1.
Yeah, it only gets 1 of those actions. So this is kind of like, holy crap.
So yeah, those are the bracelets that you traded for, or traded to get from Zix.
What did you get?
Zone of Truth? Or Band
Zone
of Truth?
Yeah, the Band of Truth.
That allows you to cast Dispel on an area?
Zone of Truth.
Zone of Truth.
The spell.
And then still you got freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom of movement, yeah.
Freedom of movement.
Yeah, which makes it so they're not affected by difficult terrain, and spells and other magical effects cannot reduce their speed or cause them to be paralyzed or restrained.
Yeah.
And you can spend 5 feet of movement to escape from non-magical restraints such as manacles, or a creature that is grappling you. Alrighty, so as the party now has their various bracelets they got from Zix, what are people up to?
I think we have a couple of things here. I think one, maybe we should talk to Danik and get some information on our friend downstairs. Which, has anyone checked on our friend downstairs? Are they still?
I'm leaving that one to Kay.
Okay then, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Stomp on the ground 3 times.
Kay's gonna hear y'all like grumbling, and Kay's just gonna scream at the top of his lungs, "Zix, are you okay?"
There's no response.
Vix might be out collecting more bracelets.
Kay's not super worried at this particular juncture. He's ready for bed, so he's gonna go back to sleep.
After that, I think maybe we should go to the Shilmista about our orb problem. I think that's right now our biggest contender, unless anyone else has any other things they
No,
would like to list.
be nice to kind of close that loose end and know that the orb isn't going to cause any more chaos to the world around it and other
Yes.
people.
So, but Danik is here, and so I think we should maybe, before we go all the way down to Shilmista, we should go talk to Danik real quick.
Great.
And then we might, I don't know, might need to talk to a couple more people about our roommate, freeloader. I mean, he's not paying rent, but at the same time, how do you get something like that to pay rent? Never mind. He did give us these awesome bracelets, which is, I suppose, like paying rent.
Yeah, counts for now.
So.
Yeah, maybe we can hire someone to like track down this guy too on our spare time, so we're not bogged down with it.
It is a good idea, actually. Is to
Hire a private
someone.
investigator.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe Danik will give us everything we need, but I just feel like it could be like something that's ongoing in the background while we do other stuff.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Let's go talk to Danik, and then at the very least, maybe we can go talk to our friend, the captain of the guard, and see if they have some resources to. I know they're very busy with everything locking down in Arnodel, but maybe they know someone who can go on a little information finding adventure for us. So.
Alrighty.
Bedtime and then Danik. Danik's farm. I think.
Yes.
Okay.
He's not very far. He's about a day or so away.
Yeah, it was about a day and a half travel.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just 3 days. Yeah, perfect.
I mean,
Alrighty.
if we wanted to, we could rent a cart or a horse and get there faster.
I don't think it's worth the money. Anna's a little light on cash these days.
I think we're all a little light on cash at the moment.
No, there's some people who are still heavy pocketed.
How much would it cost to rent a horse?
Depends what you consider light pocketed. Sylvania still has 200 gold pieces.
Yeah, as it sounds like some of you are still heavy pocketed. To rent a horse. Where is vehicles?
I always read this incorrectly.
Why did I not include?
Yeah. Sorry.
I apparently did not include the.
You mean you haven't memorized how much it costs for us to rent a horse, DM?
No, I didn't. I know it's weird.
I
It's
mean,
also not in my
what?
note of like what is the average price of these things. Darn.
What's the average price to rent a horse? I mean, isn't that basic knowledge?
Mounts and vehicles. I mean, buying a horse is one thing, but renting a horse is another.
We inherited a horse once already. She was old and sad.
Yeah, she was very old and sad.
Then we just got dog to drag us around.
Yeah.
If you are trying to have, like, if you're wanting to ride the horses out there, to rent it'd probably be about 25 gold for the round trip. At which point you'd get 5 of that back on returning the horse.
I mean, 2 of us are small. We can definitely double.
I don't need a horse.
I suppose, there's 1 horse.
I
We
mean, Kay technically
double.
has a horse.
Kay has a double. Kay has a horse, but we don't know this at this point.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
You
we do?
identified.
When I identified it.
That's
And
right.
Also, because we have to check in with the DM to see if I'm allowed to have the horse for longer than an hour. Because if I'm only allowed to have the horse for an hour, we still need something. It's really
How
only.
long does it take to get to Danik's house?
It was a day and a half trip by
It
foot.
was a day and a half walking.
Anna's down, but
Yeah.
I suppose it is quicker just to rent a horse. Flick my light on. I'm succumbing to the darkness.
But no,
Yeah.
the Phantom Steed lasts for an hour.
Yeah, so we'd have to rent a horse still.
Yeah.
And even that being said, I mean, technically it's only 2. Or we walk. Or Anna turns into a giant bear and we hitch a ride on Anna.
That's
Anna
not a
could
terrible
technically
idea.
turn into a horse, probably. What's CR as a riding horse?
Well, I can turn into anything CR4. Question is, up to an hour. Darn.
Is it
No, it
CR4?
should be a number of hours equal to your level.
Polymorph, baby!
Oh, polymorph. I was
That's
thinking
only an
wild
hour.
shape.
I know, wild shape is smaller.
What is Anna's
Wild,
wild
shape
shape?
lasts longer.
Wild shape, it's only, I don't know, CR1, I think up to that.
But how long does your wild shape last?
It's for 3 hours. It's not a
Oh.
viable solution.
No, yeah. So.
Well, it would get you there and then sleep there and then get you back.
Okay, good point.
Because yeah, you'd use both instances of your wild shape to get there. What is?
That's a good point. I could actually use wild shape twice and polymorph.
As long as as long as we don't get into trouble.
Heck, let's do that, because a bear can pull a cart or whatever, right?
You could turn into a horse. You could turn into a bear.
5E CR. What's the biggest horse I can turn into?
I think that's a draft horse.
I'm sure I've seen one of those before.
Draft?
Since we
A draft horse?
briefly owned one.
Yeah.
Yeah, was our horse a no, the horse we had wasn't draft.
No.
Sorry, I'm pulling out my horse girl lingo.
CR 1/4. So I mean, if I just go find one in town, then I have
Yeah.
the knowledge to do it.
Yeah. Well, even a war horse is only CR 1/2.
Cool. So we rent a cart or use a dog's cart because we have a cart, right? We own one.
We do have a cart. Do we need a cart? We're just going for a conversation, aren't we?
Good point. You can
Yeah,
also
we don't
go
need
right
to.
back.
Yeah, we don't need to bring a cart. We can just book it out of town.
Right.
We can wait to leave town, and then you can transform, and then
I already rode Anna once.
yeah.
Yeah, but that was and that was Anna's.
It was on 7.
That was it's Anna 7.
7.
I think the biggest thing though is could you have to make sure to carry myself and Kay.
Okay, I think that's doable. Horses are pretty. Because I get their
Especially if you
strength,
find a
not
draft
mine.
horse. Like draft horses are very strong.
Yeah, if you transform into a draft horse, no problem. If you
Yeah.
transform into a pony, there's a problem. I'm gonna try and keep all of my horse lingo in, guys. I'm sorry.
Anna could turn into mini noodles.
No, you cannot turn into a miniature pony. A miniature pony, by the way, can absolutely hold a full-size person, but you ain't going very fast.
Yup.
I have done it. I have ridden a miniature pony. It's very weird. My feet dragged on the ground.
Hey, Anna. Hey, Anna.
What?
You want to turn this into a race?
Sure. I'm gonna tell you now. Spoiler alert: dog will win.
Well, not to mention that Anna would be carrying 2 people,
Yes.
I will
both of
race
which are
dog.
bigger than what dog is carrying.
And draft horses don't go very fast.
Like, absolutely, I'll race you.
Draft horses have big hooves that are real heavy.
I bet 50 gold on dog winning.
And they'll
So
go
you're
boom,
betting
boom,
against
boom, boom.
yourself?
Was that?
You can't bet against yourself.
Okay, then I'm not betting at all.
Well, I didn't want to bet anyway. I just wanted to race you.
Perfect, we'll race.
I mean,
after
you know what would be better? I'm not going to lie. If we want to race, is Anna becomes her panther form, and then dog is right beside, and then they both go at the same time with nobody on them at all.
But I want to be on dog. I don't want to walk.
I know. What I'm saying is we'll set the race. It sounds like an excellent idea, but let's do it. I'm not
Well,
trying.
and I'm also bringing all my stuff. I'm still carrying all the stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
I say we race as a horse, and then we can do a future race with me as a panther.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So the party is sleeping and then going to Danix first thing in the morning, or?
I think so.
Yeah, may as well.
For a big
Okay.
breakfast.
So night comes and goes. The next morning, the group is getting up and getting ready, and you're able to get yourself some breakfast and venture out of town. And so Anna and Sylvania. Anna is a horse, Sylvania utilizing dog stats. Give me 5 athletics checks. Like, don't put these into chat yet. Roll these on the table. Put them into an order you'd like. And then enter those numbers into chat. And then when I say go, hit enter, so they both pop up at the same time.
Okay.
And then
5
we'll... Yeah. So 5 d20s, or 5 athletics checks.
Oh, right. That's dexterity, correct?
No, athletics is strength.
Oh, athletics is strength. What's my horse strength? Okay.
So we're barebacking on Anna, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay. It's been a very long time since I've barebacked on a horse.
One more.
Are we on Anna while we're racing?
I think
Yep.
so.
I thought that was the
That makes
point.
the most sense.
Okay, cool.
Get you there.
Kay, you go in the front, and I'm holding on to you behind.
Okay.
What?
Okay, so... Oh, Sylvania's just rolling all of them right now.
And we're gonna try not to fall.
Okay.
So then we...
Question. During this race, I'm gonna make a statement. If at some point, Kay is gonna mentally prepare to summon his phantom steed. So if at some point this looks like it's gonna be a terrible life plan to have us both racing bareback on Anna, that Kay is going to attempt to do acrobatic bullshit and jump to a magical horse.
Okay.
You leave me.
If you can come with.
No, I'm just.
It's just on the off chance that shit goes awry while racing, Kay is going to be prepared to summon his phantom steed.
Okay.
I'm trying so hard to keep all of my horse information in my head.
I know it's hard for you, isn't it?
Holy shit.
Okay, so...
I know you're right now being like, you don't jump from one horse to another horse while they're racing. That's a very stupid idea. And
I mean, you can.
You can, but it's still a bad idea.
Like, there's a reason why vaulting is a sport. It's really hard to do.
Okay,
Sorry.
so
Okay,
Mel and Jeanette, do you have your numbers put into the chat?
Yes.
Like typed up and ready to hit enter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So both of you hit enter now.
Eh. Oh, that's way smarter way of doing it.
Okay. So at the start, like it starts out and 1, 2. Sylvania, you have more numbers.
Oh, was it not 7? I swear you said
No, it's
7.
5.
Okay, ignore
So
the last two.
I'll ignore the last 2. So it starts out. Dog is getting a little bit ahead of Annah, and just keeps getting that little bit of ground, little bit of ground, little bit of ground. And then Sylvania, you're like, oh, I think I'm doing really good. And you look back as you see this horse rapidly starting to catch up. And
Dog, you don't get tired. What the fuck?
And so you're like kicking on Dog, and I want Theo and Kay to make me athletics checks
Yeah.
as Anna puts it into high gear.
Oh no, I'm sorry, friends.
Hold on.
So Theo, you clench your legs and like
I hear
squeeze those freaking knees.
I hear the breathing get, because horses when they go faster they go and it's just suddenly it's like, oh baby. I don't squeeze your stomach. I hold firmly with my knees.
Thank you.
And
Well,
Kay,
Kay is just like
roll
suddenly
me an
jockeying it, doing pull releases in the front.
Kay, roll me an acrobatics check. Nat 20.
All done.
So, Anna, you're galloping, and you just like you get into the room. You're like, oh, now I've got the flow of being a horse. And as you hit that nat 20 and breeze up to Sylvania and start gaining ground there, Kay, there's something on the road up ahead, and you jump over it. And Theo, you grip on as tight as you can with your knees, and Kay, you get thrown off.
No.
And you look, and like there's that moment of, oh shit, as you start like flailing your arms as you're falling, as the spectral steed comes rising up from the ground underneath you, and you grab onto the mane, pull yourself onto its back as it like careens up, and it does start to slow, like it does slow its pace a little bit once you've grabbed on. But it does save you from going face first into the dirt.
Yeah, that hurts.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. I
have a horse now.
I
So
will.
as he's thrown in the air, sorry, are his
Yeah.
noodle arms going all loppy?
100%.
Sorry to interrupt.
Noodles.
No, I was gonna say, and
Majestic
in
pony
horseback riding, we actually have a term when we're jumping. This out called popcorning. And when you jump, that's when all 4 horses' legs off the horse go whoop like a goat, and you don't want to do that. That's all I'm imagining is Anna decided to popcorn, like,
Which just bucks Kay off.
like 2 meters.
Just a second. So, Anna, as you buck Kay off, there's that moment of, oh shoot, as you look back and like see this steed like rising up, and like you're skidding a little bit as Sylvania goes like blitzing past, because Sylvania didn't stop. But you do see this like phantom steed rises up and catches Kay from embracing the pavement or embracing the dirt road. Kay did not get a gravel bath.
Hey, don't want that.
No, gravel baths hurt, especially at those speeds.
Yeah, they do. I've done them. They hurt a lot.
I haven't done them off of a horse, but I've definitely done them off of a BMX bike.
When you fall from a horse, there's at least 60 seconds where you cannot breathe. Fun fact, I hit the ground so hard once, I compromised my helmet. Surprisingly, I did not break my nose, and as I laid there gasping for breath, my mother's horse attempted to lick me clean. She bucked me off with all 4 legs on the ground.
Just
By the third one, I couldn't hold on. Yeah.
Just checking to see if you were.
She was like, "Are you alive?" And so I'm like, lying on the ground.
Horse is just like, come on, it wasn't that far of a fall. Get up. So Sylvania is technically the winner of the race by 1 point. Yeah,
Right in, I'm just holding Anna's neck, going.
Yeah, you had been holding on to Kay, but when Kay got bucked off, they're like, don't have any the whole like grabbing for Anna's neck.
Scooting forward into the withers, like holding on. I'm like, I'm sorry if I'm pulling you, man.
It's fine. Glad Kay's okay.
Good race, Anna.
Good
It was
race.
a bit close. Closer than I expected it to be, actually.
No, you can do it again as a panther if you want.
Sounded like
Dog
Anna
doesn't
becomes
physically
secretariat.
fire, but it does slow him down. He does need to be oiled and whatnot occasionally.
So the party travels throughout the course of the day. Eventually, Kay's steed wears out, and he probably hops back on Anna.
Yeah. It's just assuming the race has ended.
Yes.
Otherwise, I would have just summoned it again because I got 2 per day.
Part of me imagined that Kay summoned the second one at a point during the day, anyways. But that's up to you. Yeah,
Fine. We're traveling. It's like, so whatever.
The party makes it out to Danek's farm. By the time you're getting out there, it's getting to be fairly late evening. But you do arrive and go up and hello? Who's there?
Hi, Mr. Dennett.
Kay, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Come, you hear like the clattering inside and door opens. It's like, oh, my boy, how you doing?
Good.
What brings a lot of you out here? I don't have any more wolf problems right now.
So we were at the university, and it turns out you used to work there. And
Yes.
We're looking for the people that used to live in our house. You might have known them.
Really? And who was that?
Kay turns to the rest of the people in the party. I don't remember.
Oleg Iverson.
Oleg.
He was a student at the university.
Oh, yes, I remember Oleg. Lovely gentleman. There's no point in you standing outside here. Come in. And kind of waves you inside, and the gnome just kind of like hobbles off. Goes and he pours some tea for the group. So, Oleg was a lovely fellow. Had wife and a couple of kids. Was the unfortunate side, though. He'd been taking a few different courses at the school, but after an accident that cost the life of his wife and daughter, he dropped school and no longer attended. But during the time that he was at school, a brilliant fellow. He was very smart, he was more than happy to help out, and he definitely dedicated himself to his studies.
Anik, I'm going to be frank with you.
I thought you were Theo.
Come in. Oh. Ha 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 ha! You're funny.
I do enjoy that joke. It is a good joke.
Yes. We've come into the possession of a tavern, and we've owned it for a couple of months now, and we liberated it from a group called the Death Adders, and we've taken it over.
It doesn't ring a bell.
No, I don't imagine it would. It wasn't very big news, but we have a resident living in the basement in the form of a spectator. who is guarding
A spectator.
bracelet.
Spectator.
Yes.
Oh, those are the little beholder things.
Yes, yes. And after a little bit of digging, we've discovered that your friend, your previous student, Oleg, was once the owner of the building that we now own.
Ah, that's not too surprising. I knew he lived in town. I just didn't quite know where.
Yes, but do you think him capable of summoning a spectator? And another thing is to guard a very magical bracelet.
Really not quite sure if that was necessarily in his wheelhouse. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. As I said, like, he dedicated himself to his studies quite a bit, and so if that was something that he had pursued, I don't feel it would have been I don't feel it would have been beyond his capabilities were he to apply himself and study. Though summoning beholders or summoning spectators, don't quite remember the ingredients off the top of my head, but I know you need like beholder eyeballs or something like that. So it's possible that he had purchased or obtained those, though. Doesn't during the time that he was at the school, he had never mentioned anything of a powerful bracelet or any desire to summon things.
Okay, an interesting thing. We went looking to see if our previous residents had passed away, and we couldn't find an obituary for Oleg, but we found 2 obituaries for his son.
For his son.
Oh yes, Oleg's son.
Yes. He is definitely dead. I attended the funeral, so he is dead. If there wasn't an obituary for him, wait, had you said that there was 2 for his son?
Yes.
It seems probably like a typo. Because he definitely passed away.
Oh, that makes this more difficult.
It certainly does.
Assuming he's the one that even summoned Zix in the first place. Which
Assuming.
Well, but
Quite
he was
likely.
the only one we didn't know for sure was dead. We know for sure the other 2 are dead.
Yeah.
Which means that whoever summoned Zix is dead and cannot release Zix from their control.
On the flip side, that also means that whoever summoned Zix isn't going to show up and be like, you need to murder everyone here.
Yeah, but Zix might do that on their own.
So, not if we befriend him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Case
I
already
think
made
he's
friendship
a
bracelets.
Yeah, he's insane, but I think we can build up enough of a relationship with an insane person that he recognizes us as like good people.
I don't trust things that slowly go more and more insane.
More and more insane, yeah.
How long until Zix decides that we are a threat to the bracelet he's supposed to protect?
I mean, as long as we don't touch the bracelet and we keep people out of the basement.
The Death Adders put up a wall and it seemed to serve them pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it also didn't even seem like Zix cared that they built a wall.
Yeah,
Zix
like I
didn't even
imagine
care.
they were just building it, and Zix is like humming to himself, playing with bracelets, looking at them building the wall, and they're all
Yeah.
weirded out because his eyes are pointed at them.
Yeah, they're like, hi! As he like takes it, he goes
Hi!
over and adding slap bracelets to them as they're just putting brick by brick. Like, stop
are you
giving
doing?
me bracelets.
I don't think he was perturbed by them ignoring him.
No, he was like, oh yeah, they made me a room. So
Yeah,
That's right. They made me a
they made me a room. It has no lights, no windows,
no door.
no door. But it doesn't matter. I can teleport everywhere.
And
Can
he
you
clearly
imagine? They finish building that wall and then he teleports out of there.
that's a really good wall.
That's a good wall. And then he teleports back.
The aneurysm one of them's having.
Yeah.
Oh, nosebleed. Oh my god.
Maybe that's why they have a. Maybe that's why they put the bookcase in there. Oh. Well, shit.
Indeed.
You were very helpful, Danik. Thank you very much.
Glad I could help.
We're gonna have to really think on this spectator problem. There's are you absolutely positive there is no way at all, once the original caster has passed away, to release a spectator from its, or a summon from?
I'm not 100% sure, but as far as I'm aware, it's locked to them. Like, but my best guess is if we wanted the spectator to be free at this point, my best guess would be to attempt to. I don't even know if we can trick them with like illusions or anything.
You tried with invisibility, and that didn't seem to work.
Yeah,
No.
invisibility didn't seem to work, so they might just straight up have true sight and see through illusions. So we couldn't just pretend to be Olak and be like, "Hey."
We don't even know what Olak looks like. I don't think.
There was no pictures of him that you received.
No.
I mean, Danik,
Just the description of big glasses that you could have used as bracelets if you punched out the lenses,
Yeah.
bald,
Yeah.
and wrinkled.
Well, we
Wait,
could easily
Danik, did he have big glasses?
Yes.
Okay, yes, then yeah, it's probably Olak who summoned him.
Well, we could give Theo really big glasses, make Theo a human, and
I don't think it'll be the same thing.
Put you in a
with
red
the
dress?
golem when I put the dress on.
Olaf
Just
is an
Also,
elf.
sorry, I have longer ears than humans do, and the only
That's
way
what
to make them
illusions are
not
for.
pointy is to cut them off, which I would rather you didn't cut my ears off, please.
Not to mention, we'd have to shave your head.
Theo,
please
you're
don't
crazy.
shave my head.
It's the illusion magic.
If you're using magic, sure, but like, please don't actually like make me human.
I
shaving
don't
my
know
head.
how to do that. Well, I guess if I true polymorphed you, but that's a bit beyond my ability.
Yes, I don't think any one of us knows how to true polymorph.
Not that I want to be that person, but did his wife and daughter pass in a bracelet making related accident?
Not that I'm aware of. As far as I'm aware, they were attacked by a group of monsters and were slain.
In the city?
No, they had been out camping.
That's awful.
Camping in this world just seems much more terrifying.
Uh-huh.
Family did it all the time.
What was his state of mind the last time you saw him? Do you remember?
After his wife and daughter passed away, he was a fair bit more reserved. He didn't seem to have the same get up and go as he had when he was a student. Which is understandable when you've lost a wife and a child. That's a big loss.
How long did he live after they passed away?
Probably another 15 or so years.
All right, then.
He raised his son to be an adult and
All right.
passed away naturally shortly after that.
So no, like, oh, my wife passed away. Oh, if only I could be reunited with my wife again. Oh, crazy magical artifact to bring her from the beyond the death.
Not that I'm aware of. He didn't. He seemed to be very. He seemed to have a strong grasp of. She was gone, and that was the end of it. He didn't seem like he had any intent of reviving her or any maniacal schemes of that sort.
I was like, why in the world did you summon a spectator for a random bracelet?
Did these runes mean anything to you? I know it's not your field of study, but
He looks at the runes. It's like, I can't make heads or tails of this.
perfect. Me neither.
It's all
Glad I'm
chicken
not the only-
scratch. It says cock-a-doodle
I
doo.
hope you didn't make heads or tails of the runes. You know, those symbols are very different.
Oh, probably.
Well, I think that's it. I think that's
Sorry, I
what we
couldn't.
mostly came to ask.
Sorry, I couldn't be of more help.
I mean, you've clarified that this person is most likely dead. And it's unfortunate because now we have a creature that I don't really want to put out of its misery.
Does it seem to be miserable?
It doesn't seem to be miserable.
Yeah,
Then
It
are you
has-
putting it out of its misery or out of yours?
That's it. That's exactly it, right? It's like it's been guarding the same thing for a very long time, and well,
wait, you said you've been to Olak's funeral. How long ago was that?
Ah, that'd have been quite some time ago. And he's kind of stopping and thinking to himself, and I think it's been almost 60 years.
Okay, so that thing was closer to the century than to the 20 years.
And then his son died like 7 years after that? Probably?
Yes, his son was killed as a guard.
As a guard.
Yeah, his son had joined the guard and wasn't quite cut out for it. Didn't quite have the combat prowess.
Did the son have maybe a lover that would be more obsessive over his death?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I didn't know the son nearly as well.
Yeah, got what I got. Maybe the elves in Shlomista will know how to banish or free the spectator.
I mean, it's something we can definitely go and ask about. keep it in our roster of what we do with our roommate.
I think the only way we'd ever find out more is if we actually got to identify that damn bracelet.
Yeah, but he won't let us touch it. So
You think I can zone of truth him and make him tell us what it does? Oh wait, he doesn't even know.
he doesn't know. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. It needs to be.
And also, if you zoned of truth to him, it just means he has to tell the truth. It doesn't mean that he has to tell you. Silence is not a lie.
Yeah, well, and not only that,
with
but
Zix.
during your discussion with Zix, at no point in time during your discussion with Zix did he seem like he was withholding any information.
Yeah, no, I don't think he'd lie.
No.
I think he just doesn't know.
Yeah, I think he's just, our main priority, our main concern is, we have a very powerful magical object sitting on our basement. I have no idea if it's an object that has foul intentions or not, and we have a creature that if, say for example, we all decide to move on and we sell this place, this creature still remains in this bar. Whoever gets this bar after us is going to inherit Zix with it, and Zix is just going to stay there year after year after year, collecting more of these, and I show off my slap bracelet. I mean, it's a very impressive collection. I'm thinking of buying him shelves.
Yeah, like personally, I'm not currently worried about Zix. I'm worried about the eventuality of Zix going crazy.
We're thinking ahead.
That-
Also, he lives,
that's fair.
the poor gaffer. He deserves not to constantly stay in a basement and to go do whatever the hell spectators do.
Well,
Crimes. Petty crimes.
well, from what I remember from back at the college, when it comes to things like spectators, their task is their joy. So,
I suppose that's true.
once again, it boils down to the question of, are you trying to put him out of his misery or yours? I
suppose that's a good point.
Not
Yes.
everyone needs to be out and roaming the world. Some people enjoy just staying put.
Yeah, I guess at the very least, I'd like to know if we're harboring a ticking time bomb of time bomb of an artifact, but otherwise.
Yes. Maybe if we convince him, if we're very, very, very good friends, he'll let us put like a single. I don't know.
Well,
Hold it for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
well, if his task was no one can touch the bracelet, then the answer is probably no.
Yeah, that's my thought.
But if we don't know specifically
Task?
unless he told us, because
What
he said he needed to protect the bracelet.
He's also
Yeah.
specifically said that no one is allowed to touch it.
Yeah.
Yes, but we don't know if that's.
But we
a
don't know if he
mandate
was
or
told that no
if
one's
that
allowed
is
to
his
touch it, or if
interpretation
he's
of it.
interpreted it as.
Not that I'm willing to
very
risk it
much.
because his eyes glowed very red when he looked at me when we suggested it, and he became not the Zix I know, and I don't want to, I'm not here to fight a war.
The only thing I can think of, this is Jamie talking. The only thing I can think of is going in there, having someone distract him for about 10 minutes. I cast Leoman's tiny hut.
The problem was we could only distract most of him. There was
Yeah.
always an eye that was.
Oh yeah, there's always
focused
going to be an
on
eye
him.
on him, right? So
Like,
it's very.
Unless
We
we
can
can
take
be
him
in a
outside.
state where he teleports out of his own volition.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
take him outside and be like, look at this bracelet factory.
Look at this bracelet factory. So, and then like very quickly, I can cast Leoman's tiny hut. I don't know if he can enter Leoman's tiny hut. I don't think he can. Once it's cast, he'll be very, very pissed off at us, and we may have to Misty step the fuck out of there. But it might give us a little bit of protection while one of us casts Identify, and then we just like
Well,
shoving.
at that point, though,
picking up
you're
a cat.
probably fighting him.
Oh yeah, that's exactly it. It's definitely a picking up a cat with all your winter gear on, having your sibling come in, shove that pill down, hold that mouth, and then you go, okay, on the count of 3, we run, and then 1, 2, 3, everyone scatters.
I'm just going to make a very clear and aggressive statement. Kay will not harm Zix or
Yeah,
be
I don't.
involved in
Yeah.
deceiving him whatsoever.
Okay, yeah. So we're just gonna.
Well, Annah's plan was just to like show this picture of these runes in the order and be like, any idea what this does to smarter
Yeah.
people?
Yeah.
I think
We need more information from people who might know a little more.
until then, I think Dix just exists in the bar.
Yep.
Maybe we name it after him. I don't know. Because we still haven't decided on a name, right?
Nope.
So maybe
Which is why the place is still just the place
bar.
that was formerly the Death Adders.
Dragon and Spectre.
Dragon Inspector.
Spec-
Like
Dragon and Spectator.
We were leaning to go with the dragon's head or something because we literally have a dragon's head.
yeah,
Yeah,
but now
there's
we
like the Dragon's
have-
Head, Dragon's Bane.
Yeah. But now we have a Spectator in the basement.
Yeah, but like,
But I don't
Don't
think the
touch the
Spectator
bracelet.
in
Know about the
Don't
spectator.
touch the bracelet.
no one else needs to know about the spectator in the basement. We're not
We don't need to
inviting.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why would you name it? Why are you gonna put a poster child there? Then
You're
people
like,
are
what's
gonna
the
be like,
name? And we're like,
Yeah.
I don't know. We just thought it sounded cool,
the Eye of the Beholder.
right?
But then we have a dragon skull on our tavern.
Yeah,
This is very true. We have a dragon skull.
we very intentionally have the dragon skull as a thing to check out as a showpiece and advertisement for our bar.
All right, dragon something. Yeah, decide a name later.
Yeah.
Dragon themed name.
That's been a running call on it for like the last.
The dragon's mead.
The dragon something.
We can talk about it on our way back to Annah and Odell, but I think we've got the information that we needed.
Yeah.
Thank you, Danik.
Oh, not a problem. If there's anything else you need, let me know.
Yeah. If you hear anything about how to identify a bracelet without touching it,
Hit us up.
hit us up. Yeah.
Find a sorcerer.
The only thing I can have is is like, I do have mage hand, but I don't know if I can do it like that.
You would not be able to cast unless you have a specific
Yeah.
is a feat that allows you to
Yeah.
cast touch spells through mage hand.
Yeah, I think.
But even that, I think, is something for arcane trickster specifically.
Yeah.
You can cast spells through your familiar. Would Zix get mad if there was just a spider standing on the bracelet?
Oh, that's an idea.
I mean, you could try it.
We can try it.
I'm just imagining one of the tiny little like pinto bean spiders or smaller is what you turn.
I picked
into.
I picked up an interesting little trick, actually.
Oh, really? I love tricks.
Well, it's not. I just very quickly I cast like minor illusion, and I create like a little bird chirping on the table.
Oh, that's lovely.
You know, I have this little trick this little trick is good for maybe, seeing if he'll let a rat or a spider or something, and then, Stella might have to be a rat or a spider for a few seconds, or maybe I test with an actual snake. It's a good test. It's a good test, and we should. It's a good hypothesis, and we should test it.
Yeah, works for me.
Yeah.
And you seem like a smart person, Danik. Do you know what an Izix is?
Can't say that I do.
Damn. Oh well, thank you.
Oh, not a problem. Anything else I can help you with?
Do you mind if we spend the night outside on your farmstead? I assume it took us all day, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Yeah, it was
Cool.
late evening by the time you're getting there. It's like, oh, of course you can. That's not a problem.
We'll take care of any wolves too.
Well, I haven't had an issue since the last time you cleared them out, so that's been good.
Never know.
Well, Kay brought the orb back, so
Yeah. I mean, you can always make another trip to the temple.
Because that's where it needs to end up, right?
No.
Not necessarily.
Currently, you need to take it to Shomista.
Yes, but
We gotta take it to
why wouldn't we return the orb?
because it's a
the
powerful
dilapidated
magical
temple,
item.
it was poisoning things in the nearby area.
Well,
Yeah,
we're not
I
going to
figured that.
return it that's poisoned.
Yeah, but like, once we take it to Shomista, who's to say we're gonna get it back?
Right,
And why would
sorry.
we-
I wasn't implying that we take the broken orb and put it back. I was,
I just
But
had
even if it-
flashbacks of Final Fantasy X and entering every temple and grabbing that one orb and then putting it on the random pedestals to make your way through those temples.
Oh, the stupid materia puzzle things
Yeah.
that I insert this into this slot. What happens? I insert this slot.
While the most painful do plays in the background.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than Metroid and bombing every random wall trying to find the hidden path that you need to take to progress.
Goddamn Metroid.
Oh, well, it could be like Castlevania. You just randomly hit a wall and chicken
Yeah.
comes out.
Yay for wall chicken. Um,
Anyways,
So the party's able to rest up for the night. Danik bids you farewell in the morning as he's out tending to his garden. And the party's able to make their way back to Amin-Odal. And once again, it's
Racing again?
I know, Anna, Sylvania, are you racing again?
No.
The horse? No. We already know that dog wins.
what about the panther?
Do you want to walk?
I mean, Theo and I can ride my spectral horse while you guys race for a bit.
Or
For an hour.
2 hours. I can summon it twice per day. Thank you very much.
Yes, the panther's going to be worse.
We'll just leave it for another time.
Yeah.
Like, panthers are more dexterous than they are strong, so I feel like if I didn't win as a horse, I don't see why I would win as a panther with a worse strength score.
The answer is good rolls and bad rolls.
I suppose.
more or less.
It's okay.
All of my rolls sucked. My highest was a 15. Dog just has a +7 to athletics.
Says the party makes their way back into Aminodel. And you get into town and are able to make your way back home. What is it's later night, so I'm guessing the party is probably crashing for the night before they decide where they're heading next.
Sounds
That makes sense.
reasonable.
I'm actually going to go downstairs.
Okay.
Is Zix there?
Yes.
I imagine as soon as Zix sees me, he comes over and starts chattering.
Hi!
Hello, Zix! How is it going?
Oh, it's going great. I got like 3 new bracelets today.
Did you? And then
he
while
holds up like one of them, and one of them's like not even actually just a bracelet. It looks like a ring off of something that had like broken off, but it's round and bracelety shaped. It's like, look, this one.
Like a nut?
Ooh,
Something.
that looks very heavy.
That's not that bad.
Like it's like a thin strip of metal, but it's looks like it was like broken off of like a wheel cap or something like that.
It's circular in shape.
Zix, has any other crazy creature come down here before? I mean, I shouldn't say crazy creature, but do we have rats? Do we have spiders?
Not really.
Not really. Do they just theoretically, if a snake or a spider or a rat were to touch your bracelet, what would you do?
Oh, it wouldn't get that far.
Okay, so when you say not really, it's because you probably have just kept it nice and
Yeah, they don't come down here.
They don't come down here. So, and when you say that it wouldn't get that far, it would mean you would blast it with a laser
Yes.
beam. All right, good. Thank you.
I am very good at protecting the bracelet.
Yes, I am starting to paint that picture. Excellent. Zix, we are going to be leaving for a little bit.
Oh, where are you going?
Well, we'll have to go. It's a bit of a long way south, where we're going to go talk to some elves. It's actually not as exciting as that sounds.
East and south?
Southeast.
Southeast. But it means that it's just going to be you and Cran upstairs. Now, Cran is not very good with
Yes.
Yes, she's not really well, she'll start screaming if she sees you, or she'll throw something at you.
Probably.
She'll probably punch you first. So just keep in mind that we'll be gone for a little bit. We don't know when, and we, while we're away, maybe do your best to stay out of trouble. I mean, you already have been doing that for a very long time, but I somehow feel obligated to ask this of you.
I will try.
All right, excellent. Maybe before we leave, Kay can show you how to make an even more complicated friendship bracelet, or maybe later one of us can show you the wonderful craft of knitting, where you take yarn and then you can make long super bracelets called scarves and infinity scarves.
But if it's that long, then it's hard to keep on your wrist.
Yes, that's why you twist it and you just bunch it around so it forms many of them, many circles.
Bash.
He seems visually confused.
His
I'll
eyes
show
are
you one
like,
day.
It's like Kay is gonna end up having to go to the market in the morning to find fashion magazines for
Yes.
this poor thing to be like, hey, look at these to see if you
I
can
think
find.
we need to, I mean, the poor guy is grabbing like scraps of metal for bracelets. I think he needs.
He's got a hobby.
He's got a hobby. I think he needs to maybe expand his hobby into something constructive.
I mean, he has been constructing a very large collection of bracelets.
Yes, he absolutely has.
For a very long time.
So, all right then. Good talk, Six. Don't stay up
Anytime.
too late. Don't stay up too late. Try not to rob anyone.
I will try.
Thanks for keeping the basement pest free.
Glad to help.
It means we don't have to worry about rats. Go back upstairs.
As a party, should we just let Cran? Have we told Cran that there's a spectator in the basement?
I think
No
we
one
did.
No one has
Oh,
mentioned it
I
yet
thought
to
we-
Cran.
I
Before
thought we
leave.
did.
No, because you were planning on telling Cran, but then you got caught up in the investigation of the names.
Okay. Well,
Well,
We
while
will
we
let
tell
Cran
Cran, we could also take some time to build a sign.
that
I can
says
do
don't
that.
touch the
Yeah.
bracelets.
No,
fucking
the
touch.
bar, a sign for the bar.
Something
to
other than
more business.
Tavern, we are open.
I
Drink
can definitely make a sign. I can swap my tools to carpenter's tools.
Cool.
Are we going with Dragon's Head? I actually like Dragon's Mead, to be honest.
Dragon's Mead Tavern sounds fun.
Perfect.
Sure, why
That's
not?
what we
Yeah,
can
guys
name
said
it.
Dragon's
We
Head, Dragon's Bane, Dragon's Mead. Where's the? I had one.
Everyone seems to like Dragon's Mead. It's Dragon's Mead now. That's what Syl's putting on the sign.
'Cause,
Okay.
Yeah, Anna's making mead, and it doesn't have to be
Yep.
Bumble mead. It can be Dragon's mead now.
Be Dragon's Mead.
Dragon's Mead Tavern.
As
Okay.
long as we don't sell that crap Kraken. I had to drink it once in a day, and I haven't recovered since.
You need to have one behind the counter
No!
for those guests that say things like, "I can drink anything." You
I
know,
mean,
anything?
can't we just like make scorpion shots or some shit like that? Does it have to be Kraken?
Yes.
Damn it.
Question for Cran, or just in general, because I guess we live there and we'd know. How is the bar doing? Like, do we get regulars? Is our patron slowly kind of coming in? Is it pretty dead most nights?
You get the same handful of people who usually keep coming back. And they're people who Cran had worked with when Cran was working on the docks prior to Kay teleporting back to town. When you were in Galanath.
Can we have an official, like, exciting grand opening before we go? Because now that we have a name, we can be like the grand name reveal party or something, invite a bunch of people. I have this cool spell called Skywrite that I could write some stuff in the sky.
Oh, Skywrite.
I think that's a great idea because we need to make income while we're gone, and what better than to have like drum up business,
Yep.
put some signs out there.
Then writing a message in the sky.
Do we need to sell food? Do we have a kitchenette?
The tavern has not yet been upgraded to sell food.
Okay, that's fine.
There's also you can also spend 50 gold to have a company run a promo for the tavern for a month as well.
How much does it cost to get food?
It's 100 gold upfront cost, and then 15 gold monthly cost, as well as you need to hire a cook.
Something to look into then.
Something to look. Yeah.
Maybe we can take some work on our way to Shulmista or at Shulmista or something. Make some money.
Yeah,
Mhm.
a tavern promo is 50 gold, and it lasts for a month.
We're gonna be
Can we
gone
have
for quite a
what,
while.
do we have a thing for like a big opening event party? What that would cost?
To do a grand opening, probably something. It'd probably be about 30 gold to do the like a week-long run up to a grand opening. Because a lot of the cost in that 50 gold is the creation of promo materials, and then the being able to keep the upkeep of that over the course of a month, which is cheaper once the promo materials are already made. Doing just like a week-long run of like up to like the grand opening kind of thing, like getting the message out and all that kind of stuff, it'd be about 30 gold.
So we could leave for Shalmista in a week and just plan a giant party. It's not going anywhere.
That's a good idea. Also, in that time, we can see if there's like a caravan that needs protection.
Yeah. Conveniently going to Shalmista.
Yeah,
or
are you going to
somewhere
Shalmista? You
away.
want some? Yeah.
Yeah.
As long, except make sure that we screen, because remember the halfling that was running away?
It spices.
Yeah.
Tim, question. How long does it take for the kitchen to be set up?
Full week.
It takes a full week?
Yeah, because there's already technically a kitchen there, but it'd be bringing the kitchen back up to code as well as procuring the food and all that kind of stuff.
And you said it was 100 gold?
Yeah, and then you also have to have a cook.
Syl would be willing to upfront that if during that week we could have the grand opening be when the kitchen is ready, because it takes a week, and then we could have a promo with food, everything.
I can drop 30 for the first 2 months. For the monthly cost.
Yeah, and then we just need to find a cook.
And I can drop the 50 for the promotion, like the opening people to do all the flyers and stuff. But...
Okay, so the party is wanting to upgrade the food?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm now hungry.
Me too.
That's fair. I'm
Why
always
me
hungry.
too?
It is a state of
Let's see
being.
here.
Okay, so the... That's booze. Food is being upgraded, and you're wanting to run a full month promo, or just like the 30 gold for the week, or the week prep up to the grand opening?
The
Sorry, I
50
guess
gold.
30.
Yeah.
I was going to do the 50, but that's for a month, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but it can still run for the month after we're gone, right?
Yeah, you could do the 50 gold, and it'd be building up to the grand opening, and then continuing on for the remainder of the month.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, 50 gold's already out.
I'm paying for the additional cost because the additional cost is for food and stuff, right?
Yeah, the monthly cost is like maintenance of food and stuff like that, but that is deducted from all income the tavern gets initially, and then assuming that there is surplus income, that then goes out to the party.
I guess we should ask Cran if there was any people that she would want as a cook. Like, maybe she knows some people. Otherwise, we gotta find one. Maybe the tabaxi that's in jail.
The tabaxi lost their
Not
job,
that kind
but
of
they were also a
cook.
bartender.
Oh, yeah, no.
Brand is a cook, though.
That's a good point. But
Brand is a cook.
so what if we hire a bartender and she cooks?
Buy a bartender.
You're ours now.
The slavery's not legal here.
You're right.
Cran's like, I think I would rather stay on bar. I get to talk to more people out here.
That's cool.
Do you know any cooks?
Not so much here, but if you put out ad for cook, then people probably apply.
Okay. Would you be confident doing the interview for that? See if you're a good fit, or if they're a good fit with you?
I suppose she should be the one who does it.
I can attend interview, but you should all probably be one to choose who.
Okay, fair enough.
We're the ones paying their salary, so we should pick.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's put some rush ads out.
Yeah.
Kay can talk to his animal friends, who can talk to their humans. I don't know if that's how that works.
Only if their humans also cast talk with animals.
Yeah.
How many words do I get for Skyray? I want to do this a couple of times a day, which I know I'm going to have to roll a bunch of things. I'm probably going to surge at least once. It's ritual cast, so I can just have it up all day. You cause up to 10 words.
10 words.
So only 10 words.
Until the police come knocking on our door going, please take your message out of the sky. It's real distracting. And that's where we go back with, you're not the boss of us. Free real estate, man. Free real estate.
Free to go, tell the guards they're free to go take down the sign.
Yeah, you're free to take it down, whatever.
As then you have Enra knocking on your door.
Yeah. Suddenly it's a war between somebody casting Dispel Magic and Syl just constantly recasting Skywrite.
No, because see, with Skywrite, a part of the sky you can see, Inner would probably just throw Sylvania into a cell that doesn't have a window.
Well, we'll get away with it for as long as we can.
Yeah. That being said, we're going to take a quick break here. Because I think Theo has to run off to rescue Husbando. But yeah, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back in like 10-ish minutes. And then we will continue. So we'll be back soon. Bobbity and boop. Alrighty, we are back. So the party has decided they're going to take a week to kind of get the tavern ready, get the kitchen up to snuff, try and find a cook and stuff like that. So, but over the course of the next week, what are some of the other things that the party is wanting to accomplish? So, Vonnie, you're mentioning wanting to write Skywrite at least a couple of times a day.
Yep.
How long does Skywrite last?
Do it lasts an hour? Do we have like peak hours? Like, is there a rush hour in the morning and evening when the most people are out?
At the tavern specifically, or in general?
Just in the town, like
mid-afternoon is probably one of the biggest points, and then in the early evening as people are like finishing off work.
Okay, then I would like to do like 2 a day for the week, and have that like at peak afternoon time when lots of people are out and like might notice a thing in the sky, and like as everyone's getting off at work and like deciding to stare at clouds because they're like, my life sucks, I work in this place too many hours and now I'm going
Okay.
need a tavern.
So roll me 14 wild surges.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
I mean, I did like 30.
Only one.
Okay.
One wild
first
surge
day.
on the first day.
Second day.
Nope, because it's 2 a day.
Oh, it's 2 a day. Yeah, that's right. My bad.
So roll me a d4 and a d100.
$50 and $3.
Okay.
Right smack dab in the middle.
References my magic search table. Also put that in here. Campaign magic surges. This is session 55.
Also, I'd like to
And you said
imagine
3
that,
and
like,
50?
I just put together like a cloud staff, and I'm just like shoving clouds into the sky with this staff, being like, "You go there, you go there."
It's just like formulating the clouds again. Poof. So you said 50 and 3?
Yes.
So you feel the magic go wild.
Oh no, staff! You're
And-
not supposed to go wild.
And your spell does not cast.
Oh,
You're not sure if anything else happens.
Nice. Love those.
I think that's a sign that I wasn't supposed to put it up this evening. Can I get Theo to cast Detect Magic on me and see if I have any new magic things?
Sure. Mel, if you want to roll Theo's Surge.
Oh, I would just roll the d20 for them. Oh, so
Yeah.
did...
Perfect. That doesn't matter.
Didn't surge. Nope, nothing new magical on you.
Okay. I'm going to like walk around. I don't have flaily arms or anything, do I, Theo?
No, all your limbs seem to be right where they need to be.
As Kay goes floating past.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like double checking my height, just like, no, dog doesn't seem any bigger.
Ah, and the paranoia sets in.
Oh well, if I didn't notice it, there's nothing new magical. It means it wasn't important, right? I might have opened a hole in the universe somewhere, but nothing I can do about it now.
It's like, I don't see it, so it's not my problem.
Exactly. Anna's gonna I assume the meadery at this point is starting to yield some decent honey because we've been here for about a month.
Yeah, you're getting decent honey, and you're able to start the first batch of mead. It takes a while for the mead to be ready, but
Fermented properly and stuff. So
yeah.
while we have this little bit of downtime, Anna's gonna start making draw out a label idea
Okay.
for the dragon's mead because obviously we'll sell other booze, but it makes sense to sell in store our own brand of mead.
Oh, for sure. So Anna is preparing a dragon's mead logo.
Can I do during this week an upgrade of the front of the house? Make sure all of our tables and chairs and stuff are super nice since I prepared carpenter tools for the sign anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Make sure we don't have any wobbly chairs.
Yeah, as you're going through, and you do note that some of the chairs could use some upkeep, and roll me so it's proficiency, D20 plus your proficiency.
For
the carpenter's tools,
it's usually int based and then proficiency for the tools. And I have double proficiency for tools.
Tool use is not tied to a single ability since proficiency for the tool represents broader knowledge for its use. So it's more so dependent on what you're doing.
Okay. So which ability would you like me to use?
For this one, as you're just doing general upkeep, just give me a proficiency plus D20.
Okay. No, that's not very good. 8.
8. So you're going through and you start trying to tighten up some of the legs and kind of get a little bit distracted by I could probably make it so these chairs can walk because then they can put themselves away.
That is a fascinating idea.
And so you start out as I need to make sure that all the chairs are in good condition, all the tables are all the screws are nice and tight, and it's just getting distracted. Cran comes into the tavern. You're sitting there scribbling away on a page. It's they took a look over your shoulder, and it's just this strange chair-ish contraption that will walk you to the bar and get you a drink and then go back to where you were.
Cran,
Oh my god.
this will be the greatest thing ever. We will get everyone.
Cran's why is there flamethrower on chair?
For the rats! If a rat comes in, it must be destroyed. And what better place to put it than on the chairs that already walk around by themselves?
Booze is alcohol, or booze is flammable. Do not burn down my bar.
Well, I guess people do.
Drunk people spill
Next
booze.
thing, cups that can't spill.
Oh, good.
Over-engineered to the point where spilling includes drinking.
You can't spill it if it's encased in its own little pocket dimension. Cinder.
Is that the dice bag?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good kitty. What do you roll?
He did not roll because he was digging in the dice bag, not the actual dice. But he was trying to steal a D10.
All right, I made the attempt to fix the front of house, and it turned into something that might be a problem for the party later when I actually figure out how to do it.
You're gonna start making automatons that are just chairs. Just wait until they gain
Before,
sentience.
Just instead of having chairs, we just have 30 dogs in the front.
Oh, that you sit on. No sentient furniture. It might as well be a mimic at that point. We all know how Anna feels about mimics.
Probably about as
mimic.
fond as she feels about rugs.
Oh,
If I enchanted a mimic enough, I could make it harmless.
Suddenly the mimic turns into a Tarask. Whoops!
That's not what I meant to do.
I think it would be prudent, like after the bar closes, one of the nights we're here, to just like introduce Zix and Cran. Like I realize we told her about Zix, but maybe just like a quick 5-minute, like, hey, let's all the roommates get together because we all live here and we're all really chill, and just be like, so you're not freaked out and inclined to punch Zix if he ever appears in front of you for no reason.
Okay.
I just think a quick like Cran, Zix, Cran, we're all friends.
Are you bringing Zix up or are you bringing Cran down?
I think we should bring Cran down so she can understand his deal with the bracelets.
Okay.
Oh, what does the party think? Does the party think maybe Zix would like to be up more? Like, what do you think?
Syl would prefer Cran coming down.
Okay. Wait, you mean... you already told Cran that you had a spectator in the basement.
Yeah. So remember Zix? We, gave you the rundown. Don't touch his bracelets. He's really harmless, I think, for the most part, as long as you don't. But maybe since we're going to be leaving for a month or so, it might be wise just for you two to touch base real quick. We'll be there. Let's go see him.
Okay. So Cran goes down and Zix kind of like you see Zix kind of like floating about and what's up?
Hi!
Hi, Zix. How's it going?
It's going good. How about for you?
Pretty good. I know Theo came by and said that we were going to be leaving for a bit. That's still true. But we wanted to introduce you to our most favorite friend and bartender and one of your roommates, Cran.
Hello, Green Lady. Hello, Cran. I am Zix.
And kind of, hi, I'm Cran.
Hi, I'm Zix.
You said that already.
Uh-huh.
And then
So
like
Zix-
there's just like Zix just they're both just like staring at each other and Cran's just like, what do I do?
Thankfully, you don't have to do anything other than not touch his bracelet. I just want to make sure that if he ever decides to poof in front of you, because he can do that, he can teleport, that your reaction isn't to punch one of his eyes out of, shock or something.
Looks back at Zix like, do not poof up in front of me. I will probably hit you.
Okay. What about behind? Is behind okay?
No. Do not pop up near me. I may punch you. Force of habit.
Okay,
Okay.
Kay's just gonna pop up out of nowhere and be like, can confirm, not a good life choice.
I was just thinking that she swatted you into the docks.
You were picked up and thrown.
Yeah, in my brain, it was my arm was grabbed and I was yeeted into the water.
Oh yeah, you had airtime.
One fluid motion.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like if you're like swinging like a heavy object and you just hear that whoop. Yeah, that was basically what Cran did to you. Just grab the one arm, turn, and whoop.
Okay. I will not teleport right behind you, or in front of you, or near you. I do not want to get punched. That would hurt. You have big fists.
It's true, they're so big.
Anna's admiring her fists.
Hey, thanks, Zix. Really appreciate it. Glad we can touch base. You won't get punched. You won't get startled. He's He's got a really cool bracelet in here. Don't touch it.
Yeah, don't touch it. That one's mine. I have to protect it. No one's allowed to touch it.
We each got our own special friendship bracelets from Zix, because we're such good friends, but we don't touch the special one. I think Kran understands.
Zix goes floating off for a little bit, and then comes back, and then like has a bracelet hang off of one of the eyes. I was like, "This one's for you," and holds it out to Kran. The bracelet is clearly too small to actually fit on Kran's wrist.
God.
Cause puts out the one finger, and Zix just like places the bracelet on. It's like, thank you. And just like staring at it, like I can't put this on.
We're all friends! Hooray! Success! Alright, Zix, we'll leave you to it. We're gonna go back up now.
Okay.
Kran's just walking up, like, what am I supposed to do with this? It doesn't. It's not going to fit.
No, it's not. It really is not. Maybe you put it on a chain and you wear it around your neck. Or you just tuck it somewhere safe and never look at it again. I think it's fine.
Okay. I will put it on table. And puts it on like end table in her room.
Cool. I would just hate to come back and be like, oh yeah, Zix was playing a prank, and then Kran punched out an eye, and then they got into a squabble.
Then the question is, who wins?
I don't want to know. Sadly, I think it's the spectator, even though I want it to be Kran.
So aside from, so we've got the you apparently meet logo. Sylvania has been casting Skywrite. Aside from that, is there anything else people want to do over the course of the week? Kay, what would Kay be up to?
I mean, it's another week.
So another 14 surges of.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, let's see what explodes.
Roll 12.
Please undo Kay's flaily arms. Please undo Kay's flaily arms.
I mean, there is technically or one of the wild surges is remove all magical effects currently affecting a creature.
Nice.
Oh no, is that
There's
what happened?
two in there. Okay, so roll me a d4 and a d100 twice.
Great, I know what I want to do.
Uh, 250 and 393. My brain was like immediately like, man, 250, that's right in the middle of our, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
That'd be 200 on the nose.
Yes. So 2 and 3
Hey, well, let us roll
and
a D400.
and 50 and 93. Because it's easier for me to track it on a grid as opposed to one gigantic freaking list. Also because the ranges are from 1 to 100 on the how impactful it is. So you have a slightly differentiated chance of all the good things or all the bad things.
I was just curious if it would let us roll a D400.
Oh yeah, you can roll D1000. So you had 250. So you go to cast Speak with Animals, and you start talking to Theo, the dog in the market.
God bless that dog.
And it just looks at you very confused.
Okay, it's just going to assume, I guess the spell didn't work.
And the other one was 393.
Mm-hmm. Part of me casually wants to start speaking in common to the dog now and see if the dog responds.
Understands common. Do it.
Because he was confused when I was trying to
Huh.
speak dog.
So I'm not sure whether Kay is going to be thrilled at this or saddened at this.
Does his bow shrink? Please tell me his bow shrinks.
No,
I have a magical bow. It can no longer shrink.
due to that magical effect, correct.
Ah,
Having cast Speak with Animals so much, and having grown so accustomed to it, you have perfected your casting with this spell, and it can no longer trigger a wild surge.
Yes! That's awfully convenient for Kay. Considering I just want to keep doing it, but now I can just do it all the time.
best surge you could have got. Wow.
Yeah, so Kay can now cast Speak with Animals anytime, like permitting you have the spell slots, of course, and not
Yes.
have to roll a surge for it. Yeah, like I'm not sure. Like, is Kay going to be thrilled with this because that means he can cast it without consequence, or is he going to be saddened because he can't spam cast this and trigger all the bullshit?
I mean, Nathan's a little sad, but also every time that's like a massive life gamble. But I still don't know I want to know what 250 did.
You don't know.
You know what?
So we don't know what 250 does. We don't know what 350 does. Just
I feel like it's just nothing happens. I feel that's what the 50s are. It's not good for the party, it's not bad, it's just nothing.
the spell fails.
Yeah.
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 In addition to us putting out the notice for hire for a cook, Anna would also like to hire at some point a spy master. But she's not sure if you just like put that on the local board.
Oh, Kay's gonna be like, I know, pick me.
Okay, what do you got? What do you think?
We talked to the underground.
That's a great idea. I put my flyers there.
Kay's gonna be like, Kay, thanks, bye.
Oh shit. Okay. Well,
I'm not putting flyers down for the record, though. I'm going
That's
to
fine. Just tell them I'm looking for one.
Yes, I'm gonna go reach out to my favorite dragon and
oh, right. Reach out.
Okay, so you're looking for a spy master?
Well, okay, I don't know if it's spy master's the right thing. So basically, while we're on this next mission, originally it was going to be to try and find things on Olik. But
Olik.
now I'm thinking the Scorched Hammer, they're busy, they're doing stuff. Their movements, I'm sure, can be tracked, but not tracked by me right now because we're busy. So I'm hoping someone could, like, dig up some dirt on either what they're doing, where they are, any known sightings.
Okay.
she wants to hire like an information network or
An information broker, essentially.
Sorry, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
not spy master, but just someone that can put out, that has contacts, can put out feelers for anything regarding the Scorched Hammer clan.
Okay.
Because after talking to Gregor, it's still on her mind, but we've got other loose ends to tie up and other places to go. Still needs some weird creature of an indeterminate existence. What is it?
Still needs a lot of
Physics.
creatures.
Really?
Well, Izix is the only one I haven't figured out at least
Izix.
what it is yet.
Yeah, so we got a lot on our plates, but if I can, like, pass off this to somebody that's better suited to it,
Yeah.
and they might come up with nothing, which I totally understand, but she's willing to front the costs for that.
But yes, I figure, information brokeraging of some kind. We have the underground network in Odell.
That's
and
perfect.
Kay has actively been going out of his way to build a relationship with the people down there.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So Kay, you head down there, and are you specifically looking for Zacharias?
I mean, every time I go down,
You're always
I'm
watching
looking
for Zacharias' ass, yes, but are you specifically looking to find Zacharias?
That's not where I'm going to start. I'd be starting with the pub first. Just to talk with the bartender, see if he has any recommendations of individuals with that kind of specialty, and if not, then I'd go seeking Zacharias and his boss.
Zane?
Yeah, because I figure if the bartender doesn't know, Zacharias and Zane will, and I mean it might cost us, but my body is ready and willing, so hopefully that's enough.
Just get off the keyboard.
God.
My notes are just flooded with L and O's. It's like, God damn it, kid.
Add some V's and some E's, and you have K's like current obsessive state when in regards to Zacharias.
No, that'd be LUST.
Same shit, different file.
It's like one's an action, one's a verb. Yeah, adjective and
Yeah,
adverb. But anyways, as you go down and roll me a charisma check as you're chatting with the bartender.
I'll take it.
15. Okay. So you're chatting with the bartender and like asking like about a spy master. I think the bartender's seen you several times down here. Or asking about some form a spy, information broker, some sort. And he's not he seems a little bit hesitant. But ends up saying like he doesn't have any contacts that he can directly hook you up with on that.
Which is fair.
Roll me an insight check.
Oh dear. 15.
15. He seems hesitant to divulge contacts.
Which is perfectly reasonable. Kay isn't going to push because he's confident he has other people to ask. Other people that, one, he's in love with, and two, or obsessed with in some way, shape, or form, and two, people that he knows are willing to deal with his dim-wittedness, regardless of whether or not they're feeling hesitant. And also, Zane kind of runs the underground, so if something's going to infect him, or impact his business, he's going to want to know.
Yeah.
So chances are I can strike up a deal. And
okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of Kay's approach.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
16.
16. You don't see Zacharias.
Kay, visibly confused, checks the time. Normally he's here. Does a quick jaunt over to Zane's normal domain, and to see if there are guards or anyone nearby.
Yep, there are guards at the entrance.
Cool. So Kay is going to politely request an audience, as you do, and see if Zane is available.
Odds or evens?
I don't trust myself to make this decision. I'm going to trust D20. Roll 1d2. Odds!
Okay. You ask if you can get a audience with Zane, and the guard looks at you. It's like, sorry, that's not going to be possible at the moment.
Cool. Kay's going to be like, all right, cool. I'll be back.
Have a good day.
I'm going to assume this is happening throughout the week of adventures and shenanigans.
Yeah, like Anna had mentioned, like wanting to hire someone to look into the Scourge Temple clan. Like the next day, you made a trip down to see if you could find Zacharias.
While doing business and talking with cats and
Yeah.
whatever else. Yeah. I'm just going to assume we're going to repeat this process throughout the week to see if I can ever come across Zacharias or Zane while down there.
Okay.
But if I can't, Kay's going to get a little suspicious.
Okay. And so the where are we at here? So I was looking for a spy / information broker. Information broker.
I just realized what Kay is going to do, and I'm terrified now.
What is Kay
Can't
gonna
go to
do?
Shisto. Gotta find Zane.
Gotta find Zacharias. I need that ass.
Yeah. Well, as we've established, though, Kay can do stupid things now. Multitudes of them, including but not limited to saying "fuck these guards" if after 2 or 3 days of attempting to get a hold of Zacharias, he doesn't succeed.
True.
So after a couple of days, does Kay have the ability to obtain an audience?
You're down there on your third day trying to get an audience and have been turned away each time.
All right. Well, Kay's gonna etherealness himself when in the sewers.
Okay, so cast a or give me a wild surge.
Right. Yeah. One. Roll. 1d20. Nope.
Okay, you don't surge.
He's gonna walk into the fucking room. I'm doing it in the sewers where I expect no one has visibility into me.
Yeah,
because
roll me a stealth check first.
I can do that. Stealth is a 10.
Okay, you don't think anyone sees you, and because you have like a long time, like it's like an 8-hour duration, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you cast like a fair ways away where you're like, I'm pretty sure that no one's going to see me out here. And you walk along and you head into the underground and you can see like the misty figures moving around that you're used to seeing whenever you're in the ethereal plane.
Yep.
And then you try and enter Zane's chamber. And you pass the threshold of that first curtain.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hit the threshold of the second curtain, and everything goes black. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
I have no idea.
I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
Do we know where you are? I assume Anna knows that you're going to
I mean,
to look out.
Let's be clear. You've actively been aware of the fact that I've been going down there.
Okay.
I don't hide that from you guys. It's not like I'm secretly sneaking away to the underground. But
Doing your thing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Kay died.
No, not necessarily. I mean, Kay also hasn't divulged the fact that the school also has rooms like this, though. At least as far as I'm aware. Because earlier I'd walk into classrooms and it's dark and unclear, but then I walk through a wall and it's back to normal. So it's like
the biggest difference between those rooms and what you just entered is when you'd enter those rooms, there'd be nothing in the room, but you could still see the walls.
Yeah.
You walked beyond that curtain, and everything has gone black.
I can't wait to see where he is or what's going on.
Alrighty. But that is the end of tonight's session. And we'll be back in a couple weeks to continue on this. We'll be back next week with the clusterfuck that is Mel's campaign, and Mel trying to herd cats, namely Narok, Nick, and Marsh. As we made Mel make a fucking fight pit, because that was the obsession that our characters had for a session. And also
Not a-
the whole, like, we spent an entire session just how can we, like, fuck with the mayor of this town and have a murder pinned on them, or bring the murder they did brought to light. And
Sessions that did not exist because the people and the things and the purpose did not exist until you guys willed it into existence. So yes.
and
it
will
is-
things into existence is something we're good at.
so, hats indeed.
Welcome to, but not limited to, the... Is that a dragon? I'm sure that's a dragon. Is that a dragon? I could swear I saw a dragon. Drops a dragon on us.
It's hard.
Yeah.
There-
Alrighty, but we'll be back next time. Have a great night, all. Don't party too hard. Bye.
Bye.